letting them know we're getting into the game, I'm going to tab over to this screen, and it has been a long time coming. Waterdeep, the City of Splendors, is, in a word, tumultuous. There are guilds vying for power. There are those trying to take over the guilds or usurp members thereof. There's backstabbing, there's trading, and there's plenty and plenty of wonders to be had in this city. The Knightlites are making a name for themselves, both by fixing up the Troll Skull Manor Inn, and whatever they decide to rename it to, if they decide to do so. What the fuck, Gamzee? Switch to push to talk, friendo. And I completely lost my train of thought. Heck.
Making a name for ourselves.
Thank you. And solving problems around the city. As up to and including furthering an investigation of a murder that took place on their doorstep, saving a farm child from an arcane storm, or generally getting into mischief with some of the major players of Waterdeep. They've made allies in the form of Embrick and Avi, the Ganassi Smiths, Rainier Neverember, the noble pirate, if you could call him as such, Mert the Merciless, if he counts as an ally at this point, the leader of the Harpers, and many more besides. There's been some issues recently, with Connie being revealed as a tiefling to the populace, with Vincent Trench having to reveal himself as a Rakshasa to keep the Knightlights safe, with a prominent member of the City Watch being gayest, basically, to absolve him of the memories of said Rakshasa, and now to, before their very eyes, Lawrence Parnassus being kidnapped from his place of work. We fade in, then, right where we left off, with Salcom and Embrick outside the Steam and Steel, and things are... how do I put this? Problematic. And Gamzee, if you don't switch to push to talk, I'm removing you from the call. So. I think instead of picking it up with Embrick and Salcom, which we will do, I think instead we pick it up with Lawrence. Lawrence.
Oh boy.
Your hands are bound behind your back when we fade in from the credit sequence. You are blindfolded in some way. It's a little bit difficult to tell how. It might be a bag, it might be a cloth. There's something over your head. And you're in a different place. You remember a surge of magic. So, likely you teleported as the atmosphere changed in an instant. Level of humidity, temperature, all of that stuff. You don't know how far away you are, but you can still faintly smell the ocean, and you can generally hear similar ambient sounds. So you're probably still in Waterdeep. You feel stone under your feet as you're placed on your bottom, on the floor somewhere, and the bag is lifted off your head. And as soon as it is, you see this fellow. Kneeling in front.
He looks like a piece of work.
Kneeling in front of you. He's got a prosthetic left arm, he's wearing black robes, and he's got kind of a... I wouldn't say evil expression, it's kind of just, like, neutrally malefic.
Just disinterested.
He's interested. He's just looking beyond. He nods to you. Terribly sorry.
And Lawrence will sigh and say, "Ah." And he'll shrug, test the fact that he's tied up. It's like, kidnapped. That's new. Can I help you?
Yes. He stands up and starts moving around the room. You're in a circular room with a almost teardrop-shaped window on the side. Obviously a tower of some description.
Mm-hmm.
He goes over to a workbench slash desk that he's using for paperwork, and like rifles through something, kind of banally, as if he doesn't have a prisoner sitting on the floor. He says, "The Stone of Galore."
And Lawrence will raise an eyebrow, and Lawrence will look a little confused, like, "What about it?"
You have it. I want it.
It's like everybody's looking at that thing.
Yes, rather, but not everyone has you.
What? You want to use me as a bargaining chip?
Yes.
Well, I got good news and I got bad news.
Don't bother telling me you don't have it. I know.
Well, if me or any of my friends have it, A, I don't, and B, I don't know if any of them do.
They don't, but they're closer than anyone else. They're going to get it for
Shit,
me,
so
or
you-
I'm going to kill you.
Shit, you want the vault? Fine. Take it.
He
We're
laughs.
Basically just looking for... And, take it. We don't care.
I'm
We're
not
this to
interested in
see
the
if it
Vault of
exists.
Dragons. The Stone of Galore is a far greater prize.
And Lawrence raised my eyebrow like, "Oh. Huh. Really? Didn't expect that." I mean,
Do
shoot.
not think me to be so short-sighted as my underlings.
And Lawrence will actually shrug at that, as best he can while he's bound. And it's, you know what? If you genuinely want the dang thing, it's more trouble than it's worth.
I quite
So-
agree.
That Lawrence will, be about to expound further, and he'll stop. He'll go, "If you're in agreement that it's so much trouble, then why do you want it so badly?"
Because, Master Parnassus, as anyone who has worked with the likes of your associates can tell you, troublesome things have their uses.
And Lawrence will actually roll his eyes in agreement, like, "Boy, don't I know it."
As it stands, the cadre of buffoons, the shades of carnivality that you decide to ally yourselves with, are the most likely candidates to find the stone. And when they have it in their possession, well, then your life becomes that of a knife edge. They either give it to me or you die. Frankly, you're not important.
If I'm not important, then what would be the point in killing me?
What's the point of keeping you alive?
Fair. I suppose.
Your life is the only thing about you that is useful to me. Because I can use that to control the others, the tiefling especially.
And at that, Lawrence's eyebrows both go up like, oh, huh. This is info that should not have gotten out yet, but at the same time, given the whole mess with the City of the Dead, and he goes, and eventually, after a moment, he'll nod and say, okay, so am I to be kept here, or will I be allowed to go back and relay the proposition? And
Oh, you're certainly not going anywhere.
Stop. He'll stop and say, no, not a proposition. The choice they have to make.
I certainly hope that they won't be making a choice. For your sake.
I mean, if I'm stuck here, they're not going to know what the deal is. They may not ever find me, and
I'm
they
already
may not
making
know.
my demands with your friend.
Lawrence nods and says, and he'll look around for a moment and say, so, I suppose I'm your guest, for a lack of a better word, for a while?
Please. I'm not some devil prince from a demiplane in the mist. You are not my guest. You are my prisoner.
I was trying to be polite about it. However, if this is to be the situation, then I suppose there's naught I can do. But frankly, as I said, the stone is more trouble than it's worth. So
let us hope that the Knightlites agree with you.
given they're my friends,
good.
I think they will.
We fade back over to the Steam and Steel, where Salcom and Embrick were having a conversation. I almost said Floon. That is not at all who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Schemo. Schemo Weirdbottle has just walked away, and Salcom was like, I think Lawrence has been kidnapped. Salk, you've got Embrick at your heel. What would you like to do?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
If I remember right, it was like, I know Lawrence did come out here. You don't think I do. And then they started walking back in.
So you circle around the back of the Steam and Steel, and from the other side of the Steam and Steel, like stepping out of the alleyway, not really an alleyway, just like the turn behind the building, comes the same man. Like, exactly the same dude. And he folds his hands in front of him, and you hear Embrick stop behind you. Just like full stop, just freeze in place. And he looks right at you, Salcom, and he says, Lawrence Parnassus is in the care of the Zentarum.
Doesn't sound like care.
He's not dead at the moment.
Sounds like temporary ownership.
To make sure that he remains not dead.
And how's that?
The Stone of Galore.
Is everyone after this stupid rock?
Don't call each other stupid.
For your sake, I hope not. I'm well aware that you don't have it. Find it, and bring it to me.
How are we supposed to find it? We don't know where to look.
don't you?
Not confidently.
Then I recommend that you hasten your investigation.
There must be a reason you're making us do this, isn't there?
That's not a concern of yours.
I think it is, because whatever your reason may be, may assist us. Whatever reason you would choose the Knightlites in particular.
You have access. Far greater access to the city than you should be afforded. You have more leads than you should have been given. You are the most likely candidates to find the stone. Bring it to me, or the boy dies.
So you're putting a random bet on us that we can find it because of our access. And you're making it a lose-lose situation, because if we don't find it, we lose our brother. If we do find it, we hand over the stone to the Zentarum. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
No. You're mostly correct. But I should clarify something. You're not handing it over to the Zentarum. You're handing it over to me.
Where's the difference?
Ember puts his hand on your shoulder.
Right. We'll quicken our investigation as much as we can.
See that you do. I believe Master Embrick knows where to deliver the stone when the time comes. He tips a non-existent hat and just turns around. There's a flash of magic and he's gone.
I could have killed him. Probably.
No, my boy, I don't think that you could. Ember tightens his grip on your shoulder a little bit.
It's a nice thought, at least, when someone has my brother, to think I could.
You turn around and Embrick is like, normally he's like the color of like ceramic almost. Like his skin is like that, like salmon red orange, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like pale dirt. And he just like takes a deep breath and like leans back, like puts his hand on the wall of steam and steel and steps away from you. He looks down at his feet. He says, Sorghum. That was Manchun.
Manhoon?
The only man ever to go to war with himself and win. He's an unrivaled sorcerer.
I see.
Have you heard of the Mad Mage?
Yes.
Hallister Blackcloak, Lord of Undermountain.
I only knew the title, so this is already new information.
There is only one individual whom the Mad Mage fears and respects, and it is Manchun. The fact that he revealed himself to be the leader of the Black Network, we're all dead. All of us.
He's one of the leaders?
He's the leader.
And no one's known this before?
No. Well,
Well,
we
that's
know
one job
of
out of the way,
Manchu,
then.
we know who he is, we know that he has ties to the Black Network, but he admitted it himself as much. Just now.
That may well be one job completed, I think. Something Braden was trying to complete.
I would not count your chickens before they are laid, my friend. My boy.
This could be something to assist us in exactly what we were just told to do.
I recommend that you tread very carefully.
I'm going to assume he's the type that you dare not speak of in near dark alleyways for fear of his appearance.
No. He is the type to openly walk down the street of Waterdeep and defy Lord Silverhand to do anything about it.
Right. Speak lightly and think lightly of the man. Got it. Oh.
I should tell Avi. This is not...
If you tell Avi that Lawrence has been taken, don't you think that will have a much more drastic result than, well, the current?
If your brother was missing, would you keep it from your mother?
No.
No.
I suppose you are right. It's the right thing.
I need to... Excuse me a moment. He kind of brushes past you, kind of like in that way that somebody like needs to do something before they have a breakdown. He marches over to the forge, and everybody upstairs, you will hear this. He just like throws his hands to his sides and screams out a gout of fire into the forge. I think everybody, I think Rashal at least, I can't speak for the rest of you, like Rashal like jumps at the noise.
I think that startles Kanye out of whatever she was doing.
Yeah, I think the same for Pierce. And
Braden would be watching where Bottle is, who's walking away from the forge, and hearing Embrick turn around and be like, "Okay, that doesn't sound good."
You can see Embrick, like his hair is like caught fire like Hades, and he's just like full Chandra Nalar in the furnace.
Mm.
Which is a reference I can make because they're both owned by Wizards of the Coast. And I think Avi like doesn't say anything to you guys. You just hear Avi like run downstairs.
Don't know about you guys, but I think Connie follows suit.
Yeah.
Rashal follows Connie after stuffing another like grape leaf into his mouth.
Pierce is right behind them.
Okay. Brayden, you going outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Sock, what are you doing?
Sockham would have followed Embrick initially.
Okay. So Sock, you like Avi gets out first. Do you stop him?
From bothering his husband? No.
Yeah.
From rushing in if he's...
Yeah, so Avi like runs up to Embrick. There's something about Embrick's, like, for want of a better word, avatar state, that Avi doesn't ask him what he's doing. The first thing he says is, "What's wrong?" And Embrick answers him in Primordial, which I don't think any of you speak.
I speak it.
You're not out there yet.
Oh.
You were behind Rashal. Rashal is the third one out of the room.
Oh, okay.
So you would be
I-
like the last one out.
Yeah, I speak pretty much every language the party knows, I think.
So about the point that Embrick answers in Primordial, Connie appears, followed by Rashal, followed by Brayden, followed by Pierce.
Hang on.
What's going on?
Like, Brain just has a look of concern on his face.
I say, is Master Embrick quite well? Sockham, what's happening?
Put it lightly. Hell's opened up and spat on our shoes.
Brain just looks at Emric.
Rashal looks down and like wiggles his talon toes. Looks back at you. Aye.
In
were having
common, please.
We were enjoying a rather calm luncheon, as I understood it. What has happened? ...
I might have one of those names for you, Braden.
I think Brain just looks at him in complete shock, but also, like, shut it. Don't say anything at the moment.
Hey, where's Lawrence?
About the time you say "Where's Lawrence," Abby chokes a sob, and Embrick embraces him.
I think Sockham
looks intently at Sockham like, what the fuck happened?
Sockham like looks at the rest of them with like the paw face. Just, we have work to do.
Like hell, you're gonna tell us what's happened.
Talk to us, man.
I can tell you when we're in a less sensitive area.
Then let's
He's like,
go.
Do you have a place at... rather presumptuous that I would be welcome, I think. Where can I... where will you... I'll be at my shop. And Rashal turns to leave. Go on.
I think Connie, like, speaks up to try and stop him, but she's, like, too confused about what's going on to...
I mean, you can stop him. I have nothing against Rashal going with you. He's just not going to presume to be, in Secret Knightlight business.
I would like to invite Rashal to talk about the thing, because he might have ideas of what the fuck to do.
Okay.
I was about to say, Brain would
I was
shout
about to
after
say,
him.
Sockham would.
He didn't get any far. He just turned away to leave. Like, you don't have to shout. He's right there.
Oh, right. Okay, Brain would turn to him and say, but Rashal, you're more than welcome to.
He
Hear us out.
brightens. If something has developed, I would like to think that I could be useful, if not resourceful. Do you have a place to conduct your information exposition, Master Sockham?
At the moment, the manor's under construction. We should probably do this at your place.
We do have another place.
We do? I mean, of course we do. Where is this secret locale?
Braden, you remember the way to the building Rainier took us to, right?
There's no point in going all the way there.
That's the closest entrance. That's the closest spot that I can think of to the sewer entrance we first went through.
Why would we need to go
Where
there?
on the map was that?
It doesn't actually say. It's near the docks district, but that's pretty much it.
That is so far away. We can't go there.
That's a good distance.
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea going all the way there.
Especially in the dock ward, which is run by Centaurum, which we're trying to avoid.
Fair. I'm thinking of this as a situation where we need to speed this up by backtracking slightly.
We've always got the rooms in the Yawning Portal,
which is also across the city.
So let's go figure out what the hell happened, because you won't tell us here. And he turns to start to walk towards the
Bookworm's treasure.
Bookworm's treasure.
So
Yeah.
you start to walk off, and Rochelle says, "Wait, Master Percival, quickly, though it seems that Master Salcombe is not willing to speak on the street, should we gather the allies?
Huh?
Master Trench, Master Neverember, and Brickinovi, perhaps the Black Viper."
Braden looks at Sockham and is it's serious enough for that.
And
Trent-
Brickinovi need to be left out of this one.
Last I heard, Trench was getting word on the Growlin kids. We'll have to fill them in later.
Right. Black Viper, Braden, if you yell loud enough, she'll probably come, so.
I know where she is. It's about
Sorry.
Apparently that got Nightfall. Well done, Gamsey.
There's a reason I'm a push to talk because I just started giggling madly.
Nightfall buys the next case of beer.
Braden just slightly skills at Sockham. It's like, I know where I can find her. It'll be a bit though. And Egg looks up.
Well, then she can wait.
Then.
And I
let's
can
go.
pull her. Never
Yeah, he's going to start going. And Rainier can also wait.
Very well. The bookworm is at your disposal, as ever.
Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys
Thank you.
head down the street to the bookworm's treasure.
Taking one last glance back at Embricanove.
Yep. And, I'm gonna turn the party theme on for you guys.
No boy.
As you make your way down to the bookworm's treasure, everybody is kind of clouded, but nobody really knows what's going on. You get inside, and Rochelle closes the door, turns the sign to closed, pulls the blinds down on the door window, and turns around and says, "Do you think it necessary to arcanistically seal the room, Master Salcombe?"
As long as we're quick, no.
Very well.
So what the hell happened?
Floor
Yeah,
is
get
yours.
on with it.
As I said, putting it lightly, is hell opened up and spat at our shoes.
Literally
Oh, yeah.
or metaphorically?
Metaphorically, Rashal.
Now is not the time for
The,
metaphors.
Not
the
entirely helpful.
reality of the situation is Manchun revealed himself as a leader of the Black Network and has Lawrence.
When you say Manchun, Rashal jumps so hard, fire comes out of his mouth.
What?
Hold on, back up.
Would I know enough about Waterdeep from studying to know who Manchun is?
Make a history check. It's within the realm of possibility. You don't know he's the leader of the Black Network, but
Okay.
you do know that he was a wizard. The original Manchun is dead, but Manchun made a bunch of simulacrums, and they fought each other to be Manchun Prime when Manchun passed. One of them won, apparently. That one went to Undermountain and came back. He's a bad dude. The rumor is that he killed the previous Blackstaff.
Fuck.
Agreed.
Who's Manchun?
A
And he
very,
rattles
very
off
large
all-
problem, Miss Gambleson.
Yeah, I believe Pierce interrupts and starts to ramble off pretty much everything Kit just told me.
From what Embrick told me, on top of all of that, the only man that the Mad Mage fears and respects is Manchun.
I'm not giving this man a single ounce of respect if he has Lawrence.
No, you should.
Right, okay, why does he have Lawrence?
Yeah, why?
Because apparently we, the Knightlites, have the largest access to Waterdeep and the largest network of leads that anyone that they currently have their eye on has.
Okay, I'm gonna guess he wants us to find some. And he like stops mid-sentence, like pinches his nose, just like he wants the fucking stone, doesn't he?
He wants the
stone.
goddamn stone. Fine, we'll give it to him. We'll fuck him over with the damn stone.
How do you propose to do that, Master Averill?
Find it first.
We have to find it first. But what was the things that you told us about?
We find it and we
stone?
rig it up to return to its original shape.
After it.
That is bold. I like it.
Okay, so hang on. Wow, okay, so
That was not my plan, first of all. Oh, fuck.
I did mention Sockham's ready to throw hands, yeah?
okay, no, hang on, but Sock, I need you to clarify something for me, please. You want to revert the Stone of Galore into its original form in front of Manshun. Okay, cool. So that would be Manshun versus Galore and Aboleth. Fair fucking enough, mate. However, at the end of that fight, someone is going to win, and then Waterdeep has a problem.
Yeah.
And Waterdeep has about $500,000.
I know how to do exactly what you're doing, and it's rig an explosion glyph of warding on the thing to happen right as Manchun touches it, but also fuck.
Like, that is a fantastic idea, but also fuck. Like,
Yeah, that is a gambit and a half.
Let's be frank here. Stockham has just pulled a Goku. He's not that smart until it comes to a fight.
I mean, we could also get, like, everyone in Waterdeep to say fuck this Aboleth after it kills Manchun, or fuck Manchun after he kills the Aboleth. Because one of them's going to be weaker after the fight.
You hope!
Summon a bigger fish.
You absolutely hope one of them is going to be weaker afterwards. It is entirely possible that one of them is just going to go delete on the other one. Like,
Yeah. Cool.
And let's continue this line of thinking Stockham has.
okay.
I think Pierce is gonna interact with him. Are you fucking daft?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know
Anyway.
about you, but an aboleth doesn't sound like a good thing.
An Aboleth versus a wizard, either way, one of them is going to probably come out of that fight a little bit weaker. And if that situation arises, we have a dragon, the strongest wizards in the city.
There's also a spell called Banish, which I'm pretty sure gets rid of the Aboleth.
I don't actually know if Galore is native to the plane or not. I will get back to you.
Thank you.
That is not something I can find quickly.
Okay.
Let's
But that's
be
probably
frank.
that's Pierce's hunch.
Let's be frank, if we return it to its original shape and he banishes it, that's the Stone of Galore taken out of our hair forever.
And then he kills Lauren.
And also we lose the vault.
And we lose. Well, I mean, we can get it to tell us where the vault is to begin with.
If he's any degree of a man of honor, the moment we give him the stone, he'll offer up Lawrence. But he's the leader of the Black Network, so that's out.
I mean, in the one day that we have it in our hands, we can ask it every question we want. But then we hand it over to fucking Manchun. I don't want to do that.
So why don't we just ask it how we kill Manchun?
I was just about to suggest that.
That was my plan before Sockham said fucking awaken an Aboleth.
Well, first question, where do we find the vault? Second question, how would they kill Manchun?
The answer could either be some complex series of situations involving phylactery and bombs, or hit him really, really hard.
If the answer is hit him really, really hard, then we just unleash the aboleth on him.
If it involves phylacteries, we are way more fucked than we realize.
If it involves phylacteries, that's the point we take the whole situation to Blackstaff.
Why are we doing that in the first place?
I was about to voice the same question, Master.
Yeah,
Corey.
like I have.
If we go to Blackstaff now, Manchun will find out, and it's likely something will happen to Lawrence.
And I'm guessing probably going to Lord Mur's probably grounds for him to tell us to fuck off.
That's a fight I
Agreed.
would love to see. Mert versus Manchun.
That would be great. That would be real great. Oh,
That is a fight that I would enjoy.
Does fucking Mert have some kind of resistance to magic or something?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be a fun fight to watch.
He
All
has
that
the
lard's gotta be good for something.
he has the power of fuck you. I'm faster than you think.
Appreciate it.
It insulates magic instead of.
Another
Sorry.
fight I would love to see is Durnan versus Manchun.
Oh no!
Wow.
I don't. That would not be fair.
You're right. It would. Manchun would be toast.
He would.
I would pay money to see that.
Wait, what wouldn't be fair? I
Durnan versus Manchun.
Manchun would be out for the count in like.
Okay,
2
time to go get
moves.
Durnan. I know what we
Nicely
do. I know what we do. In the middle of the fight with Manchun, we book it all the way to the yawning portal and have the portal fight him.
If you think for a minute that I will not redraw the damn map of Waterdeep without the yawning portal on it, son.
Now I have to ask: is Pierce actually suggesting that?
No, it's Nightfall.
Good. He was about to get
Pierce
a lot
is
of.
not that stupid. Pierce is not that stupid.
He was about to get hit with a lot of Snarkum Zumar.
Snarkum Zumar.
Well, there's Stalk's.
Yeah, that's a
name
nickname
of
for
the
tonight.
episode.
That's your cup, Sockham. That's your Waterdeep mug.
I do still think that if Archmage Manchun has returned, that Blackstaff should be
Notified?
Informed.
notified. Yes, thank you.
Hi.
Yeah,
Do you have Animal Messenger prepared, or whatever you call it?
I do.
That may be a good bet for us then.
Alright,
Pierce whips out the card that I can just write on it.
Yup.
How many times has she actually responded to that?
Several.
Several.
Enough times for it to be reliable.
Also fair.
you
Here's
can
the
write
ball.
on the thing. If she responds, great, problem solved. If not, animal messenger.
Roll a d10.
Roll a d10.
Roll a d10.
Why is my mouse not working? Oh,
don't
because
know.
it's not plugged in.
That would do
Well,
it.
there's your problem.
That'd help.
Let's see. Slash roll.
Snarkum Zumar of Open Mic Night. I'm sorry. Okay, what do you write? Do you just pull out a medieval Sharpie and write Manchun is fuck back?
Yes. Several exclamation marks and question marks.
And adds to the end of that is kidnapped Lawrence.
What do you actually write?
You know, I had to borrow a old podcast. 27 exclamation points in back of it. That's right. That's how smart I am.
Okay. What I actually write, we have a big problem. Manchun has kidnapped Lawrence and is using him as a bargaining chip.
Okay. Cool. Remind me. Rishal did not ward this room.
No, he didn't.
Cool.
Lovely.
Instant portal.
Yeah. So basically, there's a gigantic rush of energy and a swirling hole in space-time appears in the middle of the room.
Oh shit!
My brain just steps back, like, yeah, I kind of expected this.
Just like, get out of range.
Oh fuck.
Sockham does not know. He does not care. He's readying the axe.
No.
You're gonna. Okay, so make a strength saving throw because Azure Edge will not be drawn under his own will.
Okay, wait. Okay, so this is Vajra Safar.
Yeah, no shit.
I would be very concerned if it was Manchun that walked through that portal.
Well, if it's clearly
Or the
her, he's
gargoyle.
not gonna.
It's
if
not clearly her. It's a
he's
rift in
not.
space time, but Azure Edge knows what her magic looks like. Make a strength saving throw.
Would it not
That
make
or
sense?
Azure Edge isn't willing to smack at Manchun.
Also probably valid. Okay, so you're able to draw Azure Edge, but very obviously, like, he's waited.
Just thinking to himself of all times to get heavy.
And then, yeah, like, a couple of seconds later, like, Blackstaff first, Vajra Safar steps out of the portal, and, like, stands up to her full height and, like, banishes the portal with her other hand.
Thinks to himself, that's a valid reason to get heavy. Goes to put Azure Edge back.
Yeah. She just calmly turns to Pierce. Rochelle is just gaping. There's some papers flying, like, in the still, like, breeze in here. She turns to Pierce and she says, I got your message.
I noticed.
That is possibly the
I
fastest
wasn't-
you've ever responded.
He glares daggers at Salcom.
Ignoring Salcom, Vajra says, Are you certain?
Everyone looks at Sockham.
Everyone looks at Salcom.
Okay, yeah, then Vajra looks at Salcom.
I looked him dead in the eyes and heard him tell me he had my brother.
What's the limitations of minor illusion? Can you make a person?
I don't believe so.
I
Give
have
me
a
a pop sec.
PhD, let me check.
I have it in my spell list. Hang on.
I'm pretty sure with minor illusion you can make anything that just doesn't make sound.
It specifies an object.
Okay.
Fuck. Wait! That works, actually. She makes a prosthetic arm appear. She, like, casts a spell, and this, like, glowing gold, like, image of an arm appears. And she just looks at Salcom expectantly.
Mm-hmm.
Which side was it on?
You gotta help me here, Fox. I'm directionally challenged.
I showed you the picture.
Yeah, I know you did.
I remember the picture, but heck.
You shush.
I'm staring at it right now. I don't.
You can, like, Sock can hold up the hand of the side that it was on, if it helps you.
He's gonna do that.
Okay, it's like this one. The image vanishes, and Vajra, like, slams the end of the staff on the ground. She's like, fuck!
Wow. Vajra
Yeah.
swears.
Yes, that's that's all we got to say about the situation is fuck.
Yeah. That's the gist of it.
Rashal, have you told them? Yes, Archmage. I've informed them to the best of my ability precisely what it is that Manchun is good. Thank you. Percival, why does Manchun have Lawrence?
He wants the stone.
She sighs very patiently. She says, do you have any idea how little that narrows things down?
He wants the stone of galore. He
Of course.
ambushed us. He distracted us by someone. I didn't see who it was.
I did get his name, yeah?
Whose name?
The guy that was at Scythe.
Weird bottle.
Yeah, he gave you Weird Bottle. He didn't give you Schemo.
someone named Weird Puddle. Little fellow
Rashal's,
looking.
or not Rashal, Vajra's nostrils flare when you say schemo.
Just everyone snaps to look at the song again, like,
Yeah, that's got Connie's attention.
And at this point, Braden sits down like, ay.
Oh, great.
This foe is beyond you, Percival.
So, what do we do?
Yeah, what do we do?
Give him the stone?
I suppose the better question is, where do we start? Because they want us to do it because we have apparently the greatest level of access to Waterdeep and the greatest source of leads of
As I
anyone they've
understood
seen.
it, that the Harpers and Force Grey were both investigating the Stone of Galore through the two of you. And, well, speaking personally, one of you hasn't reported in.
I was actually coming to speak with you about that
That
today.
doesn't change the fact that I cannot answer his question, Percival. Do not misunderstand. I don't want Manchun to have the stone.
I could tell you my plan, but the others will yell at me again.
Don't you dare. I swear to...
For what it's worth,
Yeah.
Master Averil, it's not the worst plan in existence.
I mean, that's
I-
true. We could bring him flowers and ask him nicely.
Yeah, that's much better than fucking destroying the stone in Manchun's face. Great idea.
Make an insight check.
All of us, or just him?
Connie and Pierce.
Come on, Dice, be on my side.
Waiting on Connie. Vajra's considering it.
Wait, seriously?
You can't be serious.
Braden looks up and is like, wait.
The four of you cannot hope to defeat Manchun.
Okay. So, Stone is destroyed, Aboleth, they fight, hopefully.
And we clean up the mess.
How do we know they'll even fight each other in the first place?
We don't.
It's an
What other
aboleth and
options
a
do we
wizard.
have?
It's an aboleth and a wizard. I don't really think they'll be all too inclined to be in each other's faces.
That thing is not a wizard.
That thing isn't even a person.
Quite.
I was told wizard, I'm saying wizard. If you want me to say something else, tell me what else to say.
He was a wizard.
Past tense was.
I'm confused. Are we talking about the giant fish thing or the mansion?
The entity that calls itself
Giant-
Manchun.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what she said.
The entity that calls itself Manchun.
Gotcha.
It is... And she stops and she looks at Piers. Did you...
Huh?
Did you tell them?
It's... I believe the word is simulacrum?
She nods.
He nods. It's a copy of a person.
Might as well be a ghoul.
Pretty much. But appearance-wise, it's indistinguishable. Question. Does anti-magic kill a simulacrum?
No.
So
Darn.
that's what he meant then.
Meant by what?
Embrick said Manchun is the only man to have ever gone to war with himself and won.
Vajra laughs.
Ah.
poetic, but not inaccurate.
Explains why the madman likes him.
Alistair Blackcloak might well be your next assignment, Percival.
House.
Dot.
Well, you're boned.
So, our best option is glyph of warding set to explosion on the Stone of Glory and just hand it over to him.
That's assuming that the explosion would destroy the stone.
And also assuming that he won't notice the glyph.
If you do it at 9th level, it probably will.
The question we have is what happens after.
Exactly.
Well, we're either dealing with Manchun again, or we're dealing with an Aboleth. Neither are a good choice.
Or both if they decide not to fight each other.
Oh god. That's also a possibility.
Not a likely one.
I mean, the stone's after knowledge, for all we know, might just suck his head out.
Our records indicate that Galore desires solitude, not knowledge.
Interesting.
The problem we have is, providing there is a victor, there is a victor.
Dealing with the aftermath.
Yeah, there's cleanup afterwards.
That one's a tad easier. We've more or less made friends with a dragon, and then beyond that, we just
That dragon is...
We gather the greatest forces Waterdeep has.
Dragon, indeed. I have a name, Master Sokon.
Not you, Rashal. Xenophon.
Xanathar the dragon, oh god.
Oh no. Beholder dragon, oh boy.
Oh god, we
Let's
got
not give
lots of
ideas
good
here.
ideas. I love how we both had the same train of thought there, Delta.
Zalathorn is not going to be a match for Manchun.
I understood that the dragon was removed, Percival.
The dragon, to my knowledge, left. Apparently I was incorrect, so we need to go deal with it again. I thought we had this discussion.
From what I was told, we made friends with it and Connie got more scales.
Hence being back.
Oh boy. But from what we could gather, the dragon was not a threat whatsoever.
Your report stated that this telephone was an adolescent.
Aye.
Perhaps slightly higher odds than the four of you against Manchun, but not enough to be a plan.
Well, that's
Absolutely not.
That's the ticket. We get Xenophon, us, and some of the other heroes of Waterdeep. Maybe Dernan if we can pay him enough.
Yes, let us send Waterdeep to war against Manchun. That is precisely what he wants.
Manchun or an Aboleth. Either way, that's one issue taken care of forever.
That is a good point, though. What does he want?
Waterdeep.
In the sense of a throne or in the sense of a pile of rubble?
Both?
Great.
Rather like a goblin in that regard.
Either it's his or it's destroyed.
No.
His
and
He wants to destroy Waterdeep and rule the rubble. I wish I were joking. He's completely mad.
He wants to have his cake and burn it too.
What
Right.
I'm hearing is he wants to kill everyone that lives here and fill the city with himself.
Not quite everyone. Mostly me and Lord Silverhand.
Because you two are the only threats to him?
Buncher looks down.
I'm
not certain we are.
Eh,
I think he wants, and he's like pointing down. Like, that's even worse for us.
I believe our priority right now should be recovering Mr. Parnassus.
Yes, agreed.
so, what we need to do,
Play into Mansion's hand. He has beaten us.
he has. We get what information we can from the stone, send it off and get Lawrence back, and just go on our way.
Oh no, we're not sending information.
No,
Sorry, food enough.
Send the stone.
send the stone. We get the information we
We're
get.
We're not sending it anywhere. He demanded it be given directly to him.
That seems like an interesting choice.
Seems like a very interesting choice.
He
It
said
puts you in
Emmerich
harm's way
knew
of a
where to
blast
take it.
radius.
Huh?
It puts
What?
you in the way of a blast radius.
Directly in
Frankly.
fireball distance.
He's not.
Frankly, I could be the one to deliver it, and then blast radius just doesn't matter.
He's
Ugh.
willing to bet that you won't sacrifice yourselves for the good of Waterdeep. And that I won't
That-
sacrifice you as pawns.
I mean,
That, or we're
I
not
have,
actually.
like, a character, I have an ability where I can dodge out of a blast radius.
But
That, or it's not actually Manchun we'll be handing it off to.
And what if we did? There's no way we'd stand a chance. What if we did sacrifice ourselves for the good of Waterdeep?
Rashal, how many of these simulacrums remained at the last estimates of the Order of Magists? 4, I think. Archmage.
Yeah. That's
She's about to shake their head.
sacrificing ourselves to kill one is not worth it.
Yeah.
Scary prospect. It
A
wouldn't be
simulacrum.
him. It wouldn't be him going to retrieve it. He'd be using me.
I have a thought.
Alright.
Connie's listening intently.
Yeah,
So
she's
good.
just like deciding how to say it. She says, Percival, come by the tower later, alone.
Okay. This evening or tomorrow?
At your earliest convenience.
Then it will be as soon as we're done here.
Then I have some calls to make.
Okay.
Force Grey will help you, Knightlites. Such as we can.
It's your
Vajra
duty when
is always inflammable. Vajra is stoic. Vajra is like, you guys have like. I'm speaking to the choir here. Like, you guys know what I'm on about. Like,
Yeah.
she's nervous. She's scared.
Yeah.
The only time we've seen her shaken before is when she literally murdered her friend.
And she
Or
still did
rather,
it.
The remains.
And she still
The
did it.
remains.
Yeah, she still did the deed.
I mean, technically she didn't, but
Yes, she did.
She did away with the remains of him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say he was dead for a long time.
She killed the mimic.
Yeah.
Point being, she's shook.
Mhm.
She put down the dog with a broken leg.
Yes.
Horse, rather.
Master
I don't
Rashal,
like it.
I apologize for any damages incurred to your shop. You are free to send a bill to... There's no need, Archmage. Truly. It's quite alright. She nods and holds the staff up and incants it. A big rift appears again and she steps through it. And closes up behind her.
Long ass, exasperated sigh.
Probably everyone's doing exactly that. But
Sockman still just sat there thinking.
these black staff's on our side, but how much help is that?
For what it's worth, I agree with her. This is beyond you. It's beyond.
Regardless, it involves us.
Yeah, regardless, we're stuck in it. So,
So the immediate backtracking of what we know the stone has been. It was
I'm
in the
curious
possession
how-
of Dalika.
as soon as I'm finished with Vajra, I'm heading to the House of Inspired Hands, and I hope to get them to modify the machine. Instead of radius, I want it to point me. I need to have it modified.
What would you have me do?
Considering how dangerous this is, keep your head down and
I've got a thought.
keep yourself safe.
Master Koi, I am going to attempt not to be insulted by that.
I've got a thought for you, Rashal.
Hmm.
Find us all the information on Simulacrum you can.
And if you can, any records of the spells Manchun knows would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, very much so.
I
If the
can
spell,
tell you
if the spell,
offhand.
He knows Simulacrum, thank you.
Master Avril,
I'm sorry, that was too funny to pass up.
now is hardly the time for jest. It is well documented
Okay.
that the Archmage Manchun, prior to his... They call it the Manchun Wars. He knew the spell Finger of Death.
Oh, that's lovely.
well, doesn't that just sound like a picnic?
I'm so glad I always have counterspell prep.
It is
Probably-
somewhat unclear if it was passed to the Simulacra, but I see no reason to doubt that it would be.
Considering the way the Simulacrums acted, I would highly doubt it, because if they revolted against him, then they'd use it against him.
Be safe, all of you.
Thank you.
The same goes for you as well, Rachel.
Now is the time for speed.
I'm gonna go call a carriage, and I'm gonna make my way to Blackstaff. Is there anything you need of me before I go, Miss Rishal?
I will be sojourning myself to the Order's headquarters. They are still rather upset with you, Master Avril. But I do not think they will prioritize a grudge over the safety of Waterdeep. Though
He nods.
it is unlikely that I will be able to go to Blackstaff Tower. I shall await you here.
I was told to go alone, so yes.
You're not. To the rest of you, shop is open, but who shall I leave a key with? Master
Huh?
Koi, perhaps.
What did he say?
Who shall I leave a key with?
If there's anyone that likely doesn't need a key, it'll be Brayden. He always gets his way in.
Miss Gambleson, then. He takes a key out of his robes and holds it out to you.
Take it.
There's tea in the upstairs larder, and any of the wealth of knowledge that I have collected is yours. It's well organized. I shall return when I can.
Real quick before you leave, though. If you ward a room against prying eyes and ears, is there a way to override it, or is it set?
There is, yes. The greater the familiarity, the more likely it can be to scry on something in a protected locale. I fear Archmage Manchun knows your face, Master Solcombe.
Everyone will soon, so that's not an issue.
At the same time, We know Lawrence quite well.
Quite
That
so.
is also true. You're right. But I'm pretty
Good.
sure he would be able to detect us scrying on anything of his. Ugh.
That's a terrible way of putting it, Pierce, but you have a point.
And at the moment, Lawrence is his. We don't have a say in that.
Agreed.
Tally ho, Knightlites.
Yes.
Thanks again, Rochelle.
Michelle opens the door, nods,
Thank you.
steps out.
Pierce, right behind him, has a carriage.
You grab a carriage, toss a couple silver to the carriage driver, and he'll take you towards Blacksnap Tower. Where are the rest of you heading? By the way,
Okay.
Lawrence, you're not helpless. If there's anything you want to do, just be like, I would like to do a scene, and I'll jump in.
There's not much I can actually do, frankly.
Not necessarily true, but if something strikes you, feel free to speak up. Connie,
Okay.
Braden, Salcom, where are you going?
If I may, I've got an idea for the two of them,
Okay.
if they'll hear me out.
Always. That doesn't mean we're going to follow it.
As was mentioned earlier, we need all hands on deck here. Embrick and Avi need to be left out for obvious reasons. Braden, I'd say you should go find our sneaky lass. And Connie, if you can, send word to Rainier of what's happening and that we need help.
I'm gonna talk to Rainier and I'm gonna talk to Trench when he's done talking to what's his name.
Cromley.
good deal.
Saith Cromley.
Thank you.
What's
going
Black
to call him
Viper's... What's the Black Viper's Bruce Wayne name?
It's Vile Rosnar.
It's die.
Is Vile Rosnar the sneaky lass? It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well.
It really doesn't.
Hey, who got away?
Black Viper the Swiper.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god. Wait.
I'm getting better at this.
Episode 50, Rainier Days are here again. Moving on.
God.
Well,
It's a
I
terrible
don't-
day for Rainier. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it off to Blackstaff.
Okay, so Braden, where you going? Salcom, where you going? Connie, where you going?
Well, I need to go back to the Lawrence's house to wait for the delivery of food.
Okay.
And when the Black Viper shows up, ask her about what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
I should also probably preference to the rest. of the party.
Actually, wait, I should have mentioned this before I
Nightfall,
left.
please.
Hang on. I had a thought for Braden. Just some
Oh
food for thought.
no. Yes.
Careful, thoughts are
Uh,
dangerous.
I'm pretty sure the person living in Lawrence's house right now doesn't like Manchun.
And she also probably won't put her life on the line to fight him.
Yeah, especially given I insulted the fuck out of her like a dumbass.
And also given the fact she would probably kill me just for knowing that name.
So maybe you can get her ranting about him if she doesn't actually like him.
If we put her life on the line, she might help.
No, if I put her life on the line, she's going to take me down with her. She's already
She wants to get out of the city, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
She's like, I don't
Aye.
care. Get me out.
So Braden's
Yeah.
heading back to Lawrence's flat.
Yeah.
Connie,
I
where you
also
going?
wouldn't expect his Vili to join us on this escapade.
It It occurred to me. I never got that change of clothes, but I don't remember if I got the mask.
Braden
you got
has it
my-
on him.
No, I gave her that already.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
But no, you did not get the change of clothes from Avi.
A mask is better than nothing.
Also, be a bad time to ask, all things considered.
I mean, considering how they are, that might be a good distraction for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I think I'll take the mask and have the mask on and
God,
go
you
back
look
to
ridiculous.
the steeple briefly.
You look like a satyr version of the Azure Dragon Demon from Avatar.
Nice.
Nice.
So, where you heading?
Oh, the blue ghost. Anyway,
Yeah.
Where you heading?
interesting line of thought. I'm gonna try writing.
Okay.
Get a carriage.
You got a couple
Head to the
silver?
yawning portal. Yes, I do.
All right.
Head to the yawning portal as fast as they can get me there.
Okay. Gonna break all the traffic laws.
Oh no.
Fast as they can legally get me there.
There's a big difference between those two things.
I'm gonna tell them as fast as they can legally get me there.
Okay.
If you toss them a gold, they'll get you there in 2 minutes.
But you'll be dealing with the watch when you
And
get
you'll
there.
have a body count by the
Exactly.
time you get there, yeah.
I was about to say, if you toss them a platinum, you'll get there in lickety split, but who knows who'll get in the way.
In about
I have-
30 seconds.
Yeah, roundabout
Good
road
luck,
with the light.
everybody else!
I have
Look,
a
this
silver.
dude just fed my family for a year. I don't give a damn.
I have a silver
Okay, you have and silver.
and 91 plat.
I mean, if you want to give them a platinum, they'll get you there quick.
Just hand them a platinum. Get us there as quickly as you can, legally.
Okay, so
With
while
platinum, you
Sokka
can
was
just hire-
reenacting
hire
Mad
them.
Max Fury Road,
I'm thinking like Benny Hill via
yeah, a little
carriage.
bit. Who do we want to follow?
D4, maybe?
Okay, we can do that. 1 is Connie, 2 is Brayden, 3 is Sokka, 4 is Pierce.
Watch it better too.
Percival.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Your idea.
So yeah, I think we crossfade to you standing in front of Blackstaff Tower, getting out of the carriage.
Yep. Walk out, wave the person away. Give him a few silver.
Okay.
Walk towards the wall.
The wall just separates into an archway.
No walk through.
Okay. You walk into the tower. The frog is sitting on the information desk as usual. You walk up to it, and Percy, the apprentice, says, "Oh, Master, you're expected. Just a moment." And the portal opens, but through it you don't see Percy's little setup outside Vodka's room. You see Vodka's office.
Alright. Step inside.
You step inside. You step out into Vodka's office. She's like just sitting down at her desk. And she nods. I wish
made it
you
here.
were that prompt when it wasn't an emergency, Percival.
I'm sorry. I'll be better about being hasty in the future.
She makes a gesture, and a chair slides like where you could just sit down in it.
Said,
She slides it over to the desk. And she nods. She says, Manchun thinks that I am soft. That I won't sacrifice a pawn for the good of the game.
he nods.
I will.
He nods again.
The Stone of Galore is valuable. But if one of the simulacrum, do we know that it's only one?
We don't.
Is in the city. That is a danger to everyone under my care, everyone in the palace, and most of the citizenry of the city.
He nods again.
There is no avenue we
Safe.
should not pursue. Percival.
There's no. Yes, I agree. Anything we can do to create an advantage, we should do it.
That pragmatism will take you far, Percival.
Huh?
That pragmatism will take you far, is what she said.
He nods.
Force Grey has to show Manchun that we will not bow to the will of terrorists.
He nods firmly this time. I agree. I'm not keen on letting such a powerful artifact fall into his hands. I don't care what it can afford us, as long as they don't get it.
I have a thought.
I'm listening.
The thought would render Manchun and Galore relatively tame.
You have my attention. Sorry, you have my interest. No, what's the word? You have my... What is it?
Curiosity?
My interest.
Yes, that
Piqued my interest.
you've piqued my interest.
Your brother had a point with destroying the stone and disrupting the stasis on the Aboleth Galore.
You're right.
I have a better idea.
Well, go on.
Have you heard of the spell plague, Percival?
Plague?
She nods.
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with the details of the spell. I know it's a necromancy spell, I believe.
Cosmologically speaking, not the spell, plague. The spell plague.
One word, capitalized.
No, I'm not.
Cosmologically speaking, wizards and their various offshoots are limited in the amount of power they can draw upon. Greater powers exist, but they are beyond the ken of mortals and most immortals.
He nods.
Part of that is because of the spell plague. I'm not implying that we replicate the spell plague in Waterdeep. That would be disastrous to the citizenry and to all of the free peoples of the Sword Coast. No. But a persistent anti-magic zone.
Hey, I see. Focused on Manchun?
Precisely.
I thought simulacrums weren't affected by anti-magic.
They're affected by it. They're not destroyed from it. It would be a man. And Galore would be an oversized fish.
So
But-
while
Anything caught in the blast would never again be able to tap into the arcane powers. And we very well might incur the wrath of a god.
I'm surprised Manchun hasn't already. His very existence is borderline blasphemous, isn't it?
Technically, no. But then again, do I look like a priestess to you?
Not really. You do the Archmage thing well.
I could arrange such a spell to be prepared, but it would need to be detonated. by a wizard.
I
know what I'm asking you, Percival.
Jeez.
I think he sits back in the chair a bit so he can get in.
If not you, I'll ask Percy. Any allies you take with you would be susceptible to the blast.
He nods. I'm half tempted. Okay, out of character, I'm half tempted to do it. But then that's my character gone.
No, it's not.
That's your shtick gone.
Yeah, that's my whole thing gone.
But you know what that means? A quest to try and bring it back.
It is the wizard equivalent of a paladin losing his oath. It's
Well,
fixable.
It's fixable. Okay.
What would happen mechanically?
He would have to take some levels of artificer. That's what would happen mechanically.
Okay.
Don't worry, they'll accommodate.
Yeah, I think
Those
I'm
who
gonna do
can't
that.
do teach. Those who can't cast build.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
You fucking hero, baby.
I'll do it.
When it's over, you'll have to deal with a very angry Manchun, to say nothing of the law.
Yes, that's very true, but I believe it's worth it.
I can keep an eye at the meeting point, and after the detonation, I can bring your allies to you, but it might be, a few moments. Wherein you'll be alone.
I don't have magic I can come with.
I mean,
This isn't just I don't have magic. This is I will never get magic in the future.
yeah.
This
means you
is
couldn't-
Maestra's going to
do it.
forget you exist with this spell.
Honestly, out of like character, well, in character, but speaking broadly, Braden would do it to save both of them if need be. But in case you look at the book, I didn't need this anyway.
Right, but a wizard has to cast it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can at least like be on the sideline, so if he ends up getting attacked after the detonation, I
Oh,
can at
he
least
will
look it up.
certainly get attacked after the detonation. He's
But
gonna have a pissed off kaiju and Manchun in his face.
Aye, Braden can be there to like at least help.
I mean, you could stay like right outside the blast radius and fucking dash in.
No. Like what she's implying, and like she hasn't said it outright, but the blast radius of this is going to be significant.
Fuck.
Because she's got to make sure that she gets Manchun, which means it's got to be like further than Misty Step can go, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Like Vajra's like, you're betting I won't do this, Manchun. Fuck you. Like,
Very personal.
Yeah. Okay, so if I did this and took levels in Artificer, I'd start at level 1 Artificer, correct?
Correct.
Okay, but I'd keep all my HP and other stuff from...
Yeah, you would keep your intelligence as well.
Yeah.
I was gonna. It's not
You
a hard
would keep
reset.
your spell
it's-
book with all of your notes in it, and you could still read it.
Uh-huh.
Just
Don't have the spell slot anymore.
And you said that
No, he'll still have
It's
the spell
put-
slots. He just can't do anything with them.
you said
Yeah,
this will be.
I can use the spell slots for Artificer spells, though.
Correct.
You said this will be potentially fixable, though. Yeah.
In the same way that everything in D&D is potentially fixable. But, like, literally what Badra's proposing is, Maestra, this stretch of ground does not exist to your side anymore.
Yikes. That's one that Sockham would be willing to put himself in front of it, but at the same time, like, his healing magic has saved us a couple times. Has saved.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say you all have magic. Braden doesn't.
Yeah, but weren't you
Does-
planning on doing Warlock bullshit at some
Does
point?
this extend to? Does this extend to a pact that hasn't even been made yet?
This... well, frankly, there's no way Vajra could know. Like, in terms of that question, there is no way Vajra could know.
I say it's worth a shot.
Braden was looking into like the pact magic bullshit, but if nothing through it interests him, it's gonna be like, yeah, I'll just stick to no what I know kind of thing. Speaking of which, I still need to read that damn book.
I
Speaking
mean,
frankly,
you're welcome to come with, but Pierce is gonna do it.
if a god of magic suddenly loses track of a certain area, they might get a little pissy and decide to find out what the hell just happened.
That's what Vajra said. She said we might actually incur the wrath of a god with this.
Which,
Yeah.
let's be honest, I mean, if that happens, we're pretty much in the end game anyway.
I would...
Side note, the mental image of Sock running in there being like, "Hey, Mistra, what's your name? Wolf
Mistra,
already hates
Maestra,
it. What
something
do
like
you do?" Boom.
Okay, what was the last thing Vajra said? We got off track.
I think the last thing that was said was Pierce said, "I'll do it." Vajra didn't say anything yet. So she nods and she says, "Just need to find the stone, which is good because I need time to. This is a lot of magic."
Yeah, it probably would be.
Just to clarify, just because I know that there's at least one power gamer in this group, you would not be getting any XP if you beat Manchun this way. Vajra would.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, Vajra would get a fuck ton of XP. I mean, I'm the one detonating the bomb and losing everything.
I mean,
He'd
this
still get a little bit of experience for surviving, wouldn't he?
yeah, like valid. Like this is the type of thing that you could be like, do it yourself, Vajra. But she's the Black Staff. Like,
Yeah.
if she goes down, Manchun wins.
Yeah, if she detonates it and says, "Ha, fuck you, you don't have magic anymore," and he goes, "Ha, fuck you, you don't have magic either,"
And there's 3 more of me.
yeah.
Honestly,
Meanwhile, there's
the way
just
I'm looking at it is either we lose Lawrence or we lose XP. I'd rather lose the XP.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the other thing. There's no guarantee we'd get Lawrence out of the blast radius either.
Yeah, and like Vajra pointedly did not say that, but if you come to that conclusion, yeah, like the fact is, it's probably gonna be like, give me the stone, here's your boy, and then you go, haha, you've activated my trap card. Like Lawrence is gonna get got.
Yeah, Lawrence is fucked.
There are ways to buy time. Tell Lawrence, have Lawrence start leaving and start asking questions. If you could, Manchun seems to be the type that if you can prey on his personality enough, he'll start expositing on you.
Good.
Just hitting.
Something,
luck.
something, you sly dog, you got me monologuing.
I'd have to roll really high charisma for me to be able
But
to
that
trick
is
him into
something that
monologuing.
Pierce should consider, is that, yeah, Lawrence is probably going to be in that blast radius.
I
suppose the question is, his magic or his life?
Yeah, right? Like, that's what Vajra's proposing.
Yeah. There's no guarantee we'd get Lawrence out in time. He'd be hit too. But we don't have much of a choice.
Anti-magic, the anti-magic? I don't even think that's possible.
I mean, the way for Lawrence to get his magic back is arcane fucking storm. I mean, what?
Then he becomes a Tempest cleric, or a Tempest sorcerer instead of a Pyro sorcerer.
I mean...
What we do is we take him to the plane of fire, we plant him in the sand, we say a few weird nonsense over him.
Or we do some magic bullshit, create an arcane storm in the process of giving Pierce's magic back. Oh, hey, Lawrence, there you go.
We know someone for that.
So, yeah, like, Vajra's just, like, watching you puzzle through all of this, Pierce.
It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it.
We'll have the element of surprise.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear Vajra.
We'll have the element of surprise. Manshun won't think that I'm strong enough, and then I'll find a volunteer.
You don't think anybody would be willing to give up magic?
Can you blame him?
No. I understand. But it's
for the good of the city.
It is.
Percival.
He looks up at her.
If you do
He's
this,
probably been looking down at his knees the entire time.
If you do this, you'll never be able to attain the Black Staff yourself.
He nods.
It will scour any spell effect, any enchantment, and any magical aptitude from anything in the radius, good, bad, or indifferent. And it will be persistent, which means anyone who enters that area in future will suffer the same fate.
I just thought of a bad alternative. We could detonate it in a pocket dimension, but that destroys the pocket dimension, probably.
Yeah, demi-planes are technically magic.
There are spells that do that specifically state if the space is destroyed, people within are expelled.
So Mordenkainen's didn't mention him?
And then when we're inside, detonate it.
Meaning you lose magic, he loses magic, the aboleth loses magic.
But the area is unaffected.
The trick would be getting him in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Push through the ass in there.
Or drop
Double black hole, just shove it over his head.
Could bear hug him in.
Or drop kick. That also works.
He'd exhale, look at her for a moment and go, so whatever place this happens in needs to be quarantined and evacuated beforehand.
The fact of the matter is, Percival, we don't know where he is, or where this meeting place will be. It could be in the middle of the bloody market for all we know. Any criminal offense will fall to Blackstaff Tower, not you.
He nods.
Nothing that you have read about Blackstrap Lodge so far in your, like, history books, because you went to school and you learned magic, like,
Yeah.
nothing about the Blackstrap of Waterdeep that you have read prepared you for this moment. This is not the
Yeah,
Butchers of Part of the history book.
he's like he's speechless. He's in his own head, like, what the fuck? And like, this is something he's wanted. He's wanted a chance to prove himself and separate himself from his own. Losing his fucking magic's gonna separate him. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You get the feeling that Vajra is going to find a way to do this, even if you say no. Like, this is personal for Vajra. I believe you have a stone to find.
Yeah.
Where can I drop you?
House of the Inspired Hands.
It'll have to be outside.
That's fine.
She nods, reaches over, picks up the staff, holds it across the desk, and, like, waves it, and a rift opens.
He nods to her and gets up and goes to the portal.
Step through, portal closes, we diagonal wipe. 1 is Salcom, 2 is Connie, 3 is Braid.
I will say, Pierce has no intention of telling the others.
I didn't think so. Alright, so Brayden. Oh, goody.
Oh boy.
Brayden Coy, the sneaky boy. You're heading back to Lawrence's apartment. Yeah. You're just walking up the street. I assume you're being passively stealthy.
Yeah. As always.
There's like 3 full carts waiting outside the apartment block.
Yep.
The Black Viper is nowhere to be found.
No, she said she wouldn't be there.
Right?
So, if they... is there the delivery guy there?
Yeah, delivery guy's there. He sees you, like, looking. He says, I've got an order for, Bruce Rosnar.
And he like nods, just like, aye, that's for you. And walk
Flips the
off.
clipboard and holds it out to you.
I let sign his name.
Yeah.
Best that he knows.
He
I
takes
hand
it
it back to
and
him.
nods. He says, oh, this is yours. You hosting a party?
I think he just rolls his eyes, it's like... It's one hell of a party, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, enjoy. It's too rich for my blood. You mind if I, And you see him, like, gesture at, like a wrapped, like, tube of meat.
Salami.
Aye. I think he looks at it, it's like... Aye, sure, go ahead.
He takes it, nods, and, like, walks away, peeling it as he goes, and bites into it.
That's his tip.
Summer sausage.
So?
Or that was for what's her face.
Mhm. I think he just sighs to himself, it's like, well, I suppose I better start taking this all up.
Okay. So, you start taking it up. Nothing particularly eventful happens as you make all of these deliveries, except that Lawrence's apartment gets full.
Yep.
She's not really talking to you. She's like on the medieval equivalent of, like, on her, like, Bluetooth headset the whole time.
Mhm.
But you get done, and, like, the sun is setting, and Isvili still hasn't shown up. So, like, that's a thing. What do you want to do?
I, without saying anything to... What's her name? Estrid? he's just gonna like walk out and leave the house and start heading towards the Rosnor estate.
Okay. It's gonna be
Safety.
dark by the time you get there.
Yeah.
You get to the Rosnar estate, it is also dark.
Mhm.
Nobody seems to be around.
I'll sneak in and go down to the secret hideout area.
Nobody there.
There's no one.
Make a stealth check to avoid the servants.
Watch this be the one time that it fails.
Right? You do have advantage because of your cloak. Okay. Yeah. You slip in. No sign of her.
I think he just rubs the back of his neck. It's like, right, shit, where the fuck could she be?
Like,
'Cause she
for
didn't- she
all
didn't
of
say
her
where she was.
faults, which are several, like, if she says she's gonna be somewhere, she's there.
Yeah. She didn't say where she was going though.
She said she was
just
gonna
that
meet
she
you
was-
at the apartment. She said she won't be there for the delivery, but she'll come find you after. What do you want to do?
I'll head back to the apartment one more time to see if she's there. If she's not, then
Nope.
just
So you
head
cross
back
town
to-
again.
Yeah. On my way out, I'm gonna grab a thing of whiskey though.
Okay. Mark off, like, a gold.
No, from like her
Oh! Never mind that.
Or- her pantry.
Grab a thing of whiskey. Head back to the apartment. No sign of her.
Okay, see, now I'm concerned.
It's probably about, like, 10 p.m. at this point?
Yeah.
Because you keep crossing the city. Actually, no, it's probably, like, 8:30. Still.
I thought her manor was up near the marketplace,
It is.
like across from where.
It's
Lawrence
it's,
is.
it's near the Growlhund Villa.
Aye.
Which is, like, laterally across the city from Lawrence's apartment. You don't have to go down to, like, the palace, but you have to go crossways.
I think he would just like shrug and it's like, well, if she said she would find me, so shit. Because I don't
Okay.
know where all our hideouts and that are. Ah, fuck. I'm at a loss. The only other thing I need to do is report into Trench.
Do
now
you
that I know
have
what the final name
inspiration?
is. I do.
Would you like to give it to me for a clue?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you're walking from Esvile's estate back to Lawrence's apartment, you pass, just like a porter, like a city porter. And he's talking to, like, one of his buddies. And he says, I'm telling you guys, the crypt is haunted.
I think Braden would pick up on that because they were, like, Connie and was looking into the undead in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'd like walk up to the kids and be like, "What's this about the crypt being haunted?"
They immediately clam up.
Figured, give them a silver piece.
Okay, you pass out some, like, 5 silver, because there's like 5 of them. And the kid says, I'm taking a delivery to the city of the dead, you know? And, like, gestures vaguely. He says, there's somebody just, like, screaming in one of the mausoleums. Had weird writing on it.
Oh no.
Ah,
Oh dear.
Well, shit.
fuck. Any idea what that symbol looked like? And I think you'd like, hand him a bit of paper to draw it on.
the street kid can write. Let's go with that.
I don't say right. I said to draw the symbol out.
Okay, yeah. Okay, he's gonna have disadvantage on this.
If it looks anything like a snake, I know exactly what's happening.
That did not work at all, and it shouldn't be -5 anyway, because I'm a dingus. It should be -2. There we go. Okay, he got a 1. He gives you back a squiggle. It looks nothing like the Zentarum symbol.
Aggie just looks at it and like, yep. I don't have no idea what this is. Just saying it to himself, and he'd like put it up in his pocket, and like scruffle the kid's head and like, thanks kid, and then off to the city of the dead.
Okay, so you head back to the city of the dead. The moon is higher in the sky at this point. They let you in, like it's not so late that they don't let like after midnight would be when they would stop letting parishioners in, because some people like to come in at night, right? And also you could just climb over the fence, like not a big deal. What are you looking for?
I think first, I'm gonna look at the bit of paper the kid drew, and head towards the center,
Okay.
looking at the crypts on the way, and also listening out for the screams and that.
So, the city of the dead is huge. Do you have any inkling of where you want to check?
I have a map, and I would also know what entrance I came in from.
Yeah, helpful, but okay, fine. Make a survival check.
Less an inkling of where you want to check, and more an inkling of where you are checking.
Yeah. So you rolled really well on that, and I have to give credit where it's due. It might be the clan Grawl symbol if you squint.
Aye. See, the funny thing was, I was going to go and check that anyway.
Okay, then why didn't you say that? So you head over in that direction, and yeah, you do start to hear like semi-muffled like calling.
And pace picks up.
Yeah, you get up to it, and like the door to the clan Grawl crypt is like, it's not open, but it's budged open further than when we saw it last.
I think he just muttered to himself, I knew somebody seen that big lug. Fuck. And pull out his rapier, because he's expecting somebody to be behind the door.
Right.
And he's just gonna kick it open.
So yeah, you kick it open, and there's a scream, and then there's like silence, and you look in the room. The top of there's only one coffin in here, like a bunch of places for coffins, but there's only one coffin in here. Big stone sarcophagus. The lid is off. You can see a bunch of like treasure around the floor, and the lid is halfway on the lower torso of the Black Viper, who is prone on the ground. And she just like looks up at you, and she goes, "Thank the gods. Hello, Raiden."
Fucking idiot.
Would you fucking help, please?
Puts the rapier away.
Oh
Why
shit!
did I
what the fuck?
You okay there, Nightfall?
Someone's
attack?
cutting the grass now. What?
What? What?
Someone is now cutting the grass. What?
At this late? What? Why? What the fuck?
Rude.
Nice.
Anything.
So
Oh.
you like go over to where she's at, and she says, "Don't laugh, please."
Please ask what happened, Brayden. Please, for the love of God.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
I mean,
Wait.
either someone walked in on her and like stole as much as they could and pushed the lid on top of her, or she tried to get it off and fell.
I'm always on the ladder.
But I want to hear her try to stumble through it.
It puts the rapier away and like closes the stone doors behind him.
Yep.
Turns around and just looks at her like. He just kind of gestures like speechless. It's like, how? How the fuck?
Can you get it off me while you're gawking?
I'll go over and try and take it off.
Yeah, make an athletics check. You have advantage because the Zula's gonna help you.
It's as I'm like taking it off, and it's like, how the hell did you manage to get this? Just how?
Yeah, so you can't really lift it. You kind of have to like slide it off of her. And really, I think what it is you do the Superman thing where you like hold it up and she like shimmies out, and then you drop it again because it's a big bulky thing. And she doesn't stand up. She like stays on the ground and she's like rubbing her leg. She says, "Long story. How long do you have? What time is it?"
I think he just looks up and it's like working it out in his head. It's like maybe about 7, 9 o'clock.
9. Did you get the delivery?
I did.
Good. Okay, that's something. We have a slight problem.
All the cash is gone.
Who else was here?
What? No one.
Oh, okay, so who else knows about this area?
Your brother, ostensibly.
Not the problem I was expecting.
No,
What's
the
up?
problem is my leg is broken.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, indeed.
And I'm in my working costume.
Her leg is broken, and because she got greedy
Karma.
and tried to steal
And she's in her Black Viper outfit. This
So
is
we
not
can
going
have
to be
this
subtle.
conversation here, or we can have this conversation on the way to your sister.
There's no way a health potion can help with this, is there?
No. I mean, yeah, it will make her feel better.
But it won't fix the broken leg.
No.
Okay, in that case, it's a waste.
What? It's
Well,
not the first time you carried me through the city.
Well, no, it's the first time I've carried the Black Viper through the city.
So don't be seen.
My point exactly.
We should do something about this first. And she like gestures at the coffin of money. Because of course that's where her priority is.
Ah, of course. I'd look in it and it's how much of that can I fit in my bag?
Like 10%? Less if you intend to carry the Black Viper as well.
Yeah.
How much are you willing to take comparative to the amount of damage you'll get from Sock?
You assume I'm going to keep it.
So, right. This probably looks rather bad.
It looks at her, looks at the coffin, and it's like, yeah, just a bit.
The lug left the door open.
I know he did.
I did not.
Was that-
Open, by her definition of open, unlocked.
Valid.
Yeah.
You didn't reset the chain, so
Mhm.
Because I broke it.
I know he left it open.
I was trying to help us.
He-
And I mean the collective us, not just you and I, like the Knightlites. I was going to move all of this into my safe room, and then the bloody lid fell on me.
because you pushed it and you pulled it instead of pushing. It's all your fault.
Yes! I know how this looks, Brayden. I wasn't stealing from you. I was going to surprise you. Alright, yes, alright. I was going to spend a little bit on a nice dinner.
I mean, considering how much is here, I don't think it would go amiss.
Exactly my point.
The point is, you should have said something.
I was trying to... She put the
I
hand
know
to
you
her
were trying
face.
to surprise me. Don't surprise me with shit like this. Otherwise, this happens gesturing at her leg.
I overestimate... No, she said that backwards. I underestimated the weight of the lid, okay? I went to prop it up so that I could put it back on, and it fell
Excellent.
on top of me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a careless mistake, I admit, but I'm a bit distracted.
By the fuck ton of gold in there, yes.
I think he looks at her, like, distracted. How?
I needed to get this. People are after you, first of all.
Oh, you don't know the half of it.
I needed to get this into the safe room and then get back to the apartment in time.
Well, she did neither.
She's surprisingly short for someone who broke her leg hours ago, Birchmila.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this, like, just happened.
No.
She's probably like dissociated from the pain to try and get
Like,
through
it
it.
got
and
to the
try
point where she
help.
was calling random passerbys for help. Like, no, she's been here for a while.
Yeah, she's probably just. It's something I do. She probably dissociated from the pain to try and get herself out, and was
Pretty
struggling.
much.
Yep.
Like, she's probably past shock at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's likely numb.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sitting here trying to think of a way to explain this to your brother, and I haven't really thought of anything.
Let me try and explain it to him.
The point
He
is,
doesn't get lying very much.
this can't stay here. The bloody door is open. There's a lot of gold here. Like a lot. Not Vault of Dragons a lot, but a lot.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I was gonna. The only reason I found you is because I was coming to check on it and move some of it.
I knew I liked you. So, what are we going to do? I'm not
Take you-
bleeding out, I don't think. So we've got time.
It looks, as long as there isn't a pool of blood there, we're fine. Is there?
No.
Like, serious question.
There's
is there
a
any
little bit of blood on her like leg wrap, but not much.
Okay. Because a lot of blood would have been a problem.
Yeah, like she's lucid and she doesn't seem pale. She's not breathing hard.
Yeah. I suppose I better get you to Connie so that you can get that sorted.
It might be a bit smarter to bring Constance here. That way I can defend the. I have a crossbow.
Honestly, money is not the biggest priority at the moment.
What are you talking about? Money is always a priority.
I will explain on the way. We're going to the bookworm.
Alright, that's fine and
treasure.
well and good, but there's a lot of money here. It might not be a priority, Brayden, but there's a lot of money here.
I'm going to bring some of it with us. I ain't going to leave all of it.
Much as you can carry.
As much as I can carry, including you.
Right, so
Carry the... Rosner carries the gold. Wait, that's a terrible idea.
it's probably going to hurt when you pick me up, isn't it?
I can give you a twig to buy on.
What?
That's...
Is that a thing in the quaint little village that you grew up? What?
I didn't
It's
catch what you said,
amazing the
actually.
things that you
As a
think
matter
of.
of fact, it is.
I was going to say, it's amazing the things you think of when you don't have painkillers.
Your sister's an herbalist.
Yes,
Willowbark tea.
painkillers aren't always enough. And I
I
ain't
will
exactly got
pass
anyone.
on your folksy remedy, thank you. So we're just going to leave this out in the open.
I'll close the door the best that I can so it doesn't look like it's been broken into.
If
I
the
mean, there's
lid
not
is
much.
off, anyone who comes in here is going to see all of that.
You left it at once. You could probably do it again.
remind you, the only person who has successfully lifted this damn thing is Salcom.
I mean, you lifted it off of her.
You budged it.
No, I lifted it and she crawled out from underneath it.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than actually trying to heft the thing.
Yes.
Hopefully, to get it up, you would probably need a lever of some sort.
Is there like a broken stick around? Piece
No.
of timber? I mean, if you remember, the ceiling fell, so some of the ceiling fell, so there might be a piece of wood somewhere.
Enough to cast light, that's about it. Who else has he told? Has he told me?
Pretty much just the Knightlights know at the moment, and maybe the show.
That's something.
It's also a very, very few people.
Well, let the record show that I tried.
Connie said she was going to trenches, didn't she?
That was hours ago.
Yeah. And we were all going to meet back up at
Rachel's.
Rachel's.
You are almost certainly going to be the last one.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, the easiest thing to do would just take her back to Rachel's.
So you
I
pick...
can attempt to put the lid back on.
And then it falls on both of us.
She can't make up her mind, can you? Put the lid back on, don't put the lid back on.
She didn't say put the lid back on. She said, what are we going to do about that?
Either put the lid on, you can leave her here and take the gold. You can take
I
the
can't
gold
just
and...
dump an invisibility potion on it so that it all disappears, kind of.
Do you have an invisibility potion?
I have two.
Does that work on an object?
I don't think so. No, it's not oil of invisibility. If it was, I'd be like, go nuts. But I believe potions have to be imbibed.
Damn. I have nothing that I can use to cover it except
You can
for my
give it to her, and then you're just carrying an invisible black viper through the city.
Yeah, but it's also late at night. The only thing I need to worry about is the watch.
And if the watch asks you, hey, this lady broke her leg. No,
I
wait,
am
she-
on the way to an herbalist to get.
I mean, you could both take you have two invisibility potions, you both take it and just fucking book it.
Valid.
And Rachel's gonna scream when when the door opens and slams by itself.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, that's also a waste of invisibility potions.
Is it, though? Because the way out of the city of the dead is guarded.
Yeah. And you can't really climb over a fence holding her.
You can throw her over the fence.
I mean, and then she breaks her other leg.
He's taking her to get magic healing anyway.
Oh my God.
Wow!
That is brutal.
That's like-
cold.
I mean, you could just put
I'm in the
invisibility
very-
on her and then carry her over your shoulder.
I'm in the very serious Sockham mindset and the scratch mindset.
Yeah, I noticed. So, Brayden, what do you want to do?
Too many choices. Right, take some of the gold and put it in my pack.
Okay.
Dunno.
How much are you encumbering yourself with gold?
I can carry quite a lot, so
Yes, you are. How much are you encumbering yourself?
to the point where I can still walk comfortably while carrying Isvila.
Okay. Add
So, not
add
much.
gold to your character sheet until it says encumbered.
Kind of curious what the result's gonna be.
Right,
There's a
that's
lot of gold here.
slightly too much.
it's going to be multiple trips with all the Knightlites, kind of.
I mean, it's a big ass stone sarcophagus full of loot.
If Arkham finally dumps off some of the stuff he has, it might be one trip.
I can. Right. Okay.
What do you got?
I can carry 94 things of gold, but if I go to 95, that's encumbered.
95 gold?
Like you said gold and just 95 of it. At one weight each.
Oh, no. I meant add gold coins to your inventory. Until you're encumbered.
In the slot that says gold.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
That's a
I
lot
meant
of gold.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be in the thousands.
Jesus.
Just a
Cool.
bit, yeah.
And it's gold, you can't convert it into platinum to reduce the weight.
No, because it's laying in front of him as gold. Like, how's he gonna convert that?
Fun fact, apparently 31,000 gold coins is not enough to encumber Sockham.
That's Sockham,
Jesus.
though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
If you would not be encumbered at 8,000 gold, cap it there.
8,000.
Yeah.
No, I'm encumbered at 75.
75,000 or 7,500?
76,000.
76,000?
Wait, hold on. No, hold on.
How many
zeros?
How many zeros?
76. No, it is. It's 7,600.
Yeah. Okay. So that
you've almost got all of it.
7,600.
knock that down to 7,000. But we're gonna say that you're just on the edge of encumbered because it's not all coins. It's like jewelry and other stuff.
Phones and
Because 7,000, I've still got like. Wait, hold on. No, what? I'm a dumbass. Hold on.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
God damn it.
What'd you do?
I don't know. It's not working with me now.
Well, whatever. You get 7,000 gold worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And your pack is very heavy.
You could also drop the other heaviest thing you own.
Really?
That would be my armor. That would be my armor.
Yeah, and just hide it somewhere. Hang on.
Which is only 13 to be honest.
It's about as much as I was going to let you walk out with anyway, so.
Right.
If you want to carry that and a Svile, your speed is going to be reduced by half. Just letting you know.
Okay.
And you're going to make your way back to the Bookworm's treasure?
And before the day, I'm gonna suggest her. I can one of the an invisibility potion so that you're not seen.
She nods.
And we can get out of here. Okay,
Yeah, she'll drink it and winks out of sight once you're holding her.
Aye. And back to the book.
I think she gives you a really sarcastic, like, my hero as you step out of the crypt.
complete deadpan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And as we're leaving, close the doors the best that I can.
I mean, you can't do that and carry as we like.
I mean, I can put her down and pick her back up.
Fair. Okay. So we crossfade again. It's daylight again. One is Sock, two is Connie. Please be Sock. Yes! Okay, so we crossfade to daylight streaming in from the inside of a carriage as the carriage driver takes another hairpin turn and you're thrown up against the wall of the carriage, Sockham.
Ah.
I did say legally, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
So we're now
You didn't
playing
say
GTW.
comfortably.
The carriage clatters back down onto all four wheels. You're bounced up into the ceiling for the 5th time.
So we're now playing GTW.
Yes.
Then Waterdeep.
GTP, Grand Theft Palomino. Anyway, and eventually, the carriage screeches to a stop, and the door flies open, and a very red-faced carriage driver salutes and says, "Yawning portal, sir."
You just
Right.
fed this man's family for a year. Oh.
More like a week, but yeah.
Right. That platinum must have been worth a lot for you.
Certainly wouldn't turn down another one, sir.
Here, I have only one of these currently. Tell me, how long would that help you feed your family?
You see him trying to think of a convincing lie. He goes, well, sir, my old mom needs some.
Can I give him, like, the menacing look, like, I want the truth, please?
Yeah, he rubs the back of his head. He says, gave me another one, so I'd probably take it to the races.
I'll give you another one. I'll give you two. But I want an agreement. He holds out his hand. The one I gave you to take me here, and the next one I give you, has to be spent on your family. Last one you can do whatever you want with.
He nods. His eyes are dollar signs.
Yeah, he'll hand over two.
Two more platinum. He takes it and like pulls his hat off and like sweeping bows and he says, "Thank you, sir. Blessings of whatever gold you want on you, sir. You call me if you need another ride." He puts his hat back on, jumps in his carriage, and he's gone.
We're getting on the good side of all the cab drivers in Waterdeep.
Except the talking horse. She fucking hates you.
Yeah. Oof.
Why does the talking horse hate him?
Don't you remember? You kind of sassed it.
Did I? I
I
did.
believe so.
No, I didn't. I sassed the one that I used to speak with animals on.
Oh. That one fucking hates you.
Yeah, that one hates you. It's gonna, like, anytime the driver tries to go to you, he's about, no.
That'll be okay. That horse made it a very pointed note that it barely remembers what its driver looks like.
I mean, it's valid. Horses are dumb. You're standing outside the yawning portal.
He's gonna head in.
Okay. You head in. You're greeted by the usual, like, cheers and people, like, slinging their drinks into the air. Shouts of Salcom. Thurnan rolls his eyes.
Salcom's gonna head over to Durnan, rocking the paw mug still.
Yeah, head down the stairs, down to the bar, crossing the portal. You walk up to Durnan. Mind you, it's like 4:30 on a weekday. Durnan's like, "I'm not letting you down the portal."
Don't want to go down. Got business to
Of
attend
course,
to.
that's his first words.
It's kind of a running joke at this point. Except Durnan's absolutely serious.
What?
First of all, no more wines coming out. Got told that I'm being cut off, frankly. What, you got what, 6 bottles?
Who's
9?
gonna come knocking on my door?
No one. Probably.
I
anyone,
hope
it'll
people are gonna come knocking on my door. I'm running in.
Speaking of, what would I have to do to convince you to assist in a situation that would probably give the Yawning Portal a new surge of fame?
2 words. I am retired.
You specifically do not have to help.
Bonnie doesn't fight.
I don't want to help you wait staff. Just
The
need you to
hell
point
did
me
you do?
I didn't catch what
Do
you said.
you know Giant's Tongue, Durnan?
No.
And what's a delicate way of saying this?
You could write it on a paper.
Hang on. He goes over to like the only other guy at the bar, and he goes, "You, back table." He's like, "But Durnan, I paid for that." And Durnan just glares at him. He's like, all right. He picks up his drink, scurries away. Durnan comes back over to you. Talk.
He leans and quietly says, Lawrence has been kidnapped by Manchun, and I think we're getting ready for a minor war.
Durnan takes a deep breath, turns a shade of red, exhales, turns a deeper shade of red, inhales.
You understand why I'm not asking you specifically for help?
'Cause you're a dumbass.
Bingo. Also, you're too old for this.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Sockum! Make a strength saving throw with disadvantage.
What?
Make a strength saving throw with disadvantage.
Didn't this man fucking fight alongside us with the fucking bugbears
Okay,
and
so Sock, I'm very sorry for what's about to happen. You're too old for this anyway. We smash cut to the sound of a stool being knocked over. The screen goes black, smash cut, stool being knocked over. A woman screams, and we fade back in to Sockum flying down the portal with a hook around his pants. It pulls taut, and you're just swinging in the well.
So, I'm noticing that wasn't a direct quote of what I said. I don't know if it got cut off because I'm on push to talk, but I said, but you're too old for this kind of bullshit anyway.
Yeah, that did cut off. What we heard was you're too old for this.
What I had said was you're too old for this kind of bullshit anyway.
I mean, either way, you're now dangling above the yawning portal by your pants.
which might rip.
Sorry, I came out wrong.
I think he's like looking down, thinking. Yeah, I worded that wrong.
This is just a great episode. A great one to come back to.
So, from this angle, you're further down the yawning portal than you've ever been, and it just keeps going. There is darkness below you.
Let me check something real quick. Hang on.
I would be checking very fast because you are dangling from a rope that is
From
fingers.
From above you, echoing down the shaft of the yawning portal, Durnan goes, "What precisely am I too old for?"
Dealing with the bullshit of children to this degree.
You hear a
You said
sigh.
it yourself. You're tired.
You hear a sigh, and then a crank starts turning, and you're slowly being lifted back out.
I would be holding on to that rope for dear life. I think he's dangling there.
He's gonna reach around and grab the rope. Like I said, you said it yourself. You're retired.
I wish I trusted someone as much as Salcom is trusting that rope. No, as much as Salcom is trusting the hem of his pants to hold.
Well, he grabbed the rope with his hands. As far as trusting the rope goes, we both know Durnan invested in unbreakable rope.
Durnan.
He's not gonna do something like this for a threat and make it like.
Yeah, exactly. He's Batmaning him.
He's not gonna commit. He's not gonna commit actual murder.
I mean, unless you piss him off and he just lets the crank go.
Of course
Yeah.
not. It would be manslaughter.
So you get to the top of the portal, and Durnan like sticks a metal spike in the crank so it doesn't move, and he gestures back at the bar, and he goes back behind the bar, and you climb out of the hole. You go back over to the bar, and he goes, "At the risk of going back down there, did you just say fucking Manchun?
Yep.
What did you do? Why is it that every time you come into my bar, you fucked up with an ancient evil?"
I think we have Sockham's mug.
In all too real of my defense,
No, Sockham's mug is I worded that wrong. Sorry, go on, Gamsley.
In all too legitimately of my defense, I didn't approach this one. This one came to me. Against my will.
What does Manchun want with you?
What do you think?
Does Dernan
You
know
do
about the
house
stone? Does Dernan know about the stone?
Directly from the Knightlites? No.
Does he know we're looking for it?
To the breadth of your knowledge, no.
A group of young adults with nigh unhindered access to Waterdeep, more leads on jobs than anyone else.
Oh, fuck, he's gonna cast Magic Jar on you.
No.
What do you? How do you know he already has it? I mean, what?
First of all, I don't know what that spell is or does.
Which is exactly how I know he hasn't done it yet.
But that is not what he wants. I don't think.
What's he want, the
I don't wanna
fucking
go on it.
axe?
No, he doesn't want Azurage.
What's he want then?
He like lowers his voice again. The Stone of Galore.
Again, ancient evil. Again, my bar.
To be fair, your bar is built on top of an ancient evil, with direct access.
Okay,
That attacked us on our first day here.
first of all, it attacked everyone. And second of all,
Also fair.
yes, okay, fine. My bar is for adventurers to go on adventures. I will concede that point. You consistently bring outside ancient evils into my bar.
Like, this is so fucking funny.
Outside Ancient Evils is totally a band name, by the way.
It really is. It's so fucking.
If
Shouldn't
you
be
had
hard
this
to-
effect on women, I would tell you to open a brothel. The
Uh,
problem is you have this effect on ancient evils.
I think a god once hit on me.
Let me guess, fucking Lolth.
I
Stunt
mean,
Get out of my bar,
I said-
Sockum. Get out of my
I
fucking
said-
bar.
I said guard, but
Oh, I thought you said God. My bad. That's on me. I can't
know,
hear.
God.
Said God.
I thought you said God too.
Yeah, I heard God.
No, I said guard. That's probably because I had a little bubble in the back of my throat. Sorry.
Ew.
Move along.
So, let me see if I'm following you correctly. Because, believe it or not, even though you're a dumbass, I don't really like ancient evils. You need to hire some adventurers.
Right.
You got money?
Yeah, good bit.
How much is a good bit? This is Manchun.
Hold on, my computer's exploding.
What's a computer?
89. Oh, for-
This weird device the House of Inspired Hands made.
Yeah, right.
88.
Play solitaire on it.
How about 88 platinum?
So, that's what we call DIY money.
Ouch.
Oh,
That's fair.
I mean, you're getting.
Like,
How
if
much-
you wanted to hire some goons to deal with the fucking dragon in the bay, yeah, 88 platinum probably cover it. Manchun,
That's like.
Several thousand?
add 2 zeros.
Yeah, that's about what I figured.
It's fucking Manchun.
Fair enough. So, then. You know what? Just give me the strongest drink you got before I leave.
he doesn't move for a second. He goes, "How did you get mixed up with Manchun?"
Sockham, like, leans on the table, rubbing his face. Put frankly, I don't know where the asshole decided us. It's probably because we're everywhere. We can go pretty much anywhere in the city, and most people don't question why because of our affiliations. We're working on finding it anyway. So that's probably also why.
You still haven't told him that he's kidnapped Lawrence, and probably for good reason.
I opened with that.
Grabs a bottle of something, pours it into a mug, and slides it over to you. He says, "Here's some free advice from the barkeep. Go to Blackstaff Tower or Waterdeep Castle."
They already know. They're helping.
"And what the fuck are you doing here?"
Because, put frankly, Dernan, I don't trust fucking anyone in this city anymore. You're probably the only person that's not in my direct group that I trust.
And that was your first mistake.
He sets the bottle down in front of you. "I like you. You got the biggest stones on anyone in this city.
That's saying something.
And you're dumb enough to rush headlong into danger.
If it's for my family, I'll do it twice as fast." Which is why
You're
I came
gonna
here.
go
and
fight this
risk
monster?"
that. Apparently, Blackstaff has a plan, but like I said, I'm not putting much faith in that.
"I want this back."
Hmm?
Takes off a silver band off of his middle finger on his right hand and slams it down on the counter.
Hey, Grabo.
"I want that back."
What? I can promise you I'll do my best to bring it back, but what is it?
"It's a fucking kobold cock ring. What do you think it is?"
You said it yourself, Dylan. I'm not that smart. I'm not...
"It's a magic ring."
Well, I get that, but...
What's it do?
What does it do, Dylan? Like, thank you very much, but what does it do?
Basically, you resist spells.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh! Oh!
as in I can shake off their effects easier?
Let me get his stat card. No. As in, you have advantage on saving throws against spells.
Just in general.
It doesn't affect AoE spells.
Okay.
Any
Ooh.
spell that affects you does half damage, and you have advantage on the save.
Oh my god.
wow.
Okay, yeah, that won't help with my thing.
There's another thing. If it's a spell below 7th level, and you crit the save, it does nothing.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. But that's assuming you can crit the save.
Saved my ass more than a few times. You got 3 days with it.
I'll do it.
I will find you and get it back.
Not if I find you first. Which, you're always here, so it won't be hard.
Pretty much. Also, You pawn that or tell anyone you have it, and I will fucking kill you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not telling anyone I have this, especially not Pierce.
Door's up there.
Before I go, Denim, one adventure to another, is it always like this?
No. Sometimes it's all of reality.
Fun.
So it's always a party then. Cool.
Why do you
Starts
think
heading
I
out.
opened a fucking bar?
Fair enough. He like slides the ring on. I'll be back with it in 3 days.
Door's up there. It requires attunement.
That shouldn't be an issue.
How many magic items do you have?
A
2.
lot.
Okay, you can have 3.
What's the second one? I know you have Azure Edge.
The horn?
My machete.
Oh, the machete, yeah.
Ah, I see.
Aye, because
No.
Rockham has Rockham has the horn. Okay.
So yeah, so you have Durnan's ring of magic resistance. I'm not going to
Does
tell
that-
you how much this is worth.
More than probably several lives.
I was going to
Yeah.
say as his life if he loses it.
Blanket resistance to magic is strong.
Yeah, that is big boy magic.
Luckily, Sock is a big boy.
True.
So, on to next idea on where to go.
Yes.
Fuck, hang on. I had the thought, I just... The... Fucking... words.
Describe it.
Describe.
I can't remember what the idea was, so I'm just gonna go back to,
Rochelle's?
The bookworm?
that bookworm.
Were
Were
you by any chance going to go to Mert's place?
No.
Castle.
Were you going to go find Rainier?
I was gonna go find Rainier.
Do you have any idea where Rainier is?
No. I was gonna go to his house.
Okay.
Or the
You're
place
gonna-
that he was his home base.
Pierce, you left roll 20. That fog did a DC, I think.
I did hear a tone like somebody disconnected. So
That's a
You're gonna
surprise.
go to. You're gonna go to. So it's less Rainier's place and more Daggolt's place,
Right.
unless you mean the safe house that he took you to.
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay.
Aye, because Braden's the only one that's got the signet ring.
You
for getting
go.
into the...
You go to the safe house that Rainier originally took you to. The door is locked. There are no lights on inside.
Sorry, give me a sec.
Okay.
To remind him of something rising.
What about Rising? What?
Urge to remind him about something rising.
Mhm.
Fuck, what was it? Keys under the rock next to the door?
Yes.
Yoink the key. Take a step inside. Very quiet. Rainier?
No response.
Do I sound okay?
You sound like you're on a walkie-talkie, but it's audible.
Yeah.
What's up?
My internet went down and I'm on my phone. I'm very sorry.
No worries. Welcome back. Hello.
Hello. Is it, if I have to do any rolls, is it okay if I have the GM do them?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of feedback on your mic, though, so if you can mute until you talk, that'd be great. Thank you. You go inside, you say Rainier, no response.
gonna take a look around, see if there's any signs he's been here recently.
There is. Make an investigation check.
Ah, yes, investigation with my -1 intelligence.
Well. You do not notice anything, really. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Said it's dark in here, right?
No, there's light coming in from the windows from the setting sun, glancing off the ocean, so it's actually rather bright.
Ah, okay. He's probably gonna take a further look around, like, can't really tell anything. Gonna look around, see if he has been here, maybe there's, like, notes or something about information he's gotten his hands on.
Given what you rolled, I cannot say that you find anything. Sorry, friend.
That's fine. How often did Rainier said he came here?
He said he avoids it as much as possible.
Good. This is like in a back alley of sorts, yeah?
No, it's a brownstone facing the street.
Oh.
It's like where Peter Parker lives. Not Peter Parker. Peter Parker lives in the suburbs. It's like where Danny Rand lives.
Windows have curtains?
Yep.
Gonna close the curtains, relock the door. What's a way to put this delicately? Bear and smash.
You just gonna frag the room?
Can't really express how he feels on an enemy.
So you're gonna rage and just
take a chair or two and just clatter. Well, more take a chair and just go to town on the table and maybe floor until he feels better.
Okay, so you go to town on the furniture in one of the rooms, and you pause to pick another target. Like, you smash a chair, you just jump on it a few times, you break it up, you're roaring, smashing, making a bunch of noise. You pause and you look around to see another target, and in the hallway from the stairs leading up, you see a black-cloaked figure, and you're just staring at each other. And then the black-cloaked figure just runs for the door.
Run and grab, because I'm bear rage.
You are bear rage. What's your
also
speed?
Bear size.
What's your speed during bear rage?
30.
Okay, they are faster than you. The door is locked, which means it'll take them a second to get it open. So if you want to make a grapple check against them, you can. The number to beat. Wow. Okay. The number to beat is 8. So yeah. So
it's either really good or really bad.
So what happens is you pause to pick another target. They're like in the doorway or in the hallway coming down from the stairs. Eyes like dinner plates. You lock eyes like Pokemon trainers. They run for the door in a flurry of black cloaks. You just cross the room, juggernaut through the wall as they're fumbling with the lock, and just grab them.
Oh. Fucking
not
you
letting
can
go.
Fit, you're in bear mode. You can fit your hands around this person, including their arms.
Yeah. Try
that's
and
how big bear mode is.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Lightly try to get the hood off.
Okay. It's some fucking halfling. Like, you have no idea who it is. It's some male halfling you've never seen before.
Whomst the fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rawr. Thinks to himself, wait, I can't talk while I'm like this. Tries to take him and
they're pale and blubbering in your grip.
Try to
Yeah, basically. Thank you, Trace.
Try to turn so my back is to the door, so they don't really have
Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me.
Basically,
another
yeah.
spot to run.
Chaotic good.
Turn so there's not another spot for them to run really, and drop rage.
Okay, are you still holding them?
Yes.
Okay, so you drop rage, you shrink back down into your Goliath form, and they just scream. They're just like, they scream, and then a second later it turns into, oh god, it's a man!
Yes, it's a man. Who are you?
Nobody.
Lies.
Okay.
Who are you?
Nobody.
I'll shake you.
I'm sure. I'll make a very unpleasant noise if you do.
Why are you? Why are you in this building?
Because no one else was in the building. Why are you in the building?
Do you know who owns this building?
No?
Rainier Everember.
Who?
Rainier Neverember.
Good for him. Them.
The son of Dad. What's your name?
Nobody.
If I give you a platinum, will you sit nicely and have a chat?
No.
If I promise not to turn into a bear again.
You could do that again?
Yes, I can do that again.
How wonderful for you. Can I go now?
This door was locked. I need to know who you are.
No one important.
You're important to me because I don't know who you are.
Do you ask everyone you meet what their name is?
Yes.
Yes, that's awesome.
That's rather rude, you know? Some people like their anonymity.
I'm Sokum Reda Zumar of the Knightlites.
How
and
wonderful
you
for
are?
you. I'm no one that you want to meet. And I certainly don't want to meet you.
Oh, what? Are you part of the Black Network?
No? What gives you that idea? Don't eat me.
Wow.
Lightly
What I
start
meant to say was, what's the
squeezing.
Black Network?
Lightly start squeezing.
If you keep going, he's gonna poop his pants.
Implying that he hasn't already.
I came here because I was under the impression it belonged to Rainier Neverember, son of Daggelt, and that he avoided this place as much as he could. So I came here to smash some things and feel better. I didn't expect someone to have broken in.
Well, when I got up this morning, I certainly didn't expect the downstairs to be destroyed by a bear man, so we're both even. Can I go now? I'm glad they leave you to your smashing. I won't even call the guards.
I'll tell you what. How about you go back to what you were doing?
What I was doing was leaving.
To where?
Away from you.
I don't even know who this fucking halfling is, but if it's this whole fucking scene is great.
That's why.
You know what? This was a great day for this, actually. He's just gonna slowly start increasing pressure. I'm just gonna keep squeezing until I get proper answers.
I'm going to ooze out of both ends before I give you something you want to know, because I don't know anything.
I just want to know your name right now.
Whatever
Polite.
you want it to be.
Polite conversation is all.
Fine. Bertram. My name is Bertram. Can I go now?
I would make a joke, but Sokum doesn't have that information.
Well, what's the joke for the audience's sake?
What, was your name stolen by the Fae? Not very nice since it's Fae Day.
Alright. My name is Bertram. Can I go now?
I wonder if he's bullshitting.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's certainly
let's
shitting.
say, like,
The room probably smells awful at this point.
How about this? It's probably a dick move from Sockham. Tell me one more time, honestly, are you with the Zentarum?
What makes you think that?
Black Cloak?
It's the height of fashion in Waterdeep.
That's a lie.
Oh,
It's really not. That's the thing. The reason that people wear black cloaks is because they're not the only one who wears black cloaks. If they did, then if it had to be like, you're wearing a black cloak, that's suspicious. Like, duh.
And Sockham knows this. He's just, at this point, he's had a bad day. He's having
So you're
fun
taking
here.
it out on some random guy.
Random halfling, no less.
Rude.
He, like, lets up the pressure significantly, grabs him by the scruff instead of holding him. Well, Bertram, stop breaking into people's houses.
Would you believe me
He,
if
like,
I said I didn't know
yeah.
anyone lived here?
Frankly, yes.
Oh,
But
so
don't
you
break into
broke
any
in.
more houses. No, I knew where the key was.
So did I.
You probably guessed. I was told.
The key was a dagger to open the.
Of the two of us, I didn't destroy the furniture.
And I plan to replace it. What's your point?
You can't replace my life.
No, I can't. That's why I haven't hurt you yet. Just
You
squeezed.
hurt me a great deal, actually.
That's a severely
really?
bruised ego there.
Did I really hurt you?
Yes.
He's gonna like fish a potion out of his pack.
Takes it and just like he drinks it and then he realizes that he might have just got, and he's like, oh, fish. That was it. Oh, I feel better. All right. Thank you.
All right, Bertram.
I love the idea of fish as a swear. I'm sorry.
He's a halfling. What do you want?
He's so good.
All right, Bertram. I want to make a small deal. You stop breaking into people's houses, I'll give you the money to get a place to stay. Even houses that you don't think anyone lives in.
Do you?
Whatever
have
you say,
family?
Rainier.
I'm not Rainier.
You said Rainier lived here.
Yes, and I'm a friend of Rainier.
Good for you. I'm sure
my
he
name is
has
Soccer.
wonderful.
Here's
meet
the
you.
deal. I'll give you 2 platinum. And then, once it's up and running, you'll have free lodging when you need it at Trollskull Manor.
You just told the motherfucker where we live.
Yes, you did.
Additionally, if there's ever any sort of break-ins or damages to the building or attempted murders on the property, I'm going to find you. And I'm going to hurt you.
Listen,
And
from
that
your
time I
accent, you're
won't
not
give
from
you a
around here.
potion.
There's a professional thief in Waterdeep called the Black Viper, and that's not me.
We're friends with her.
Of course you are. How wonderful for you. Can I go now?
He's gonna like pull out the 2 He's gonna pull out the 2 platinum he mentioned. Hold it out.
Oh!
He takes it.
He's gonna unlock the door and let go.
He runs away.
I feel so much better. Anyway. At the point he just looks around the room, like, grabs like something small next to him and just sets it on its side and leaves.
Okay.
And now he's heading back to Trollskull.
Does he lock up?
Yeah, he locks it, and this time he's not leaving the key here.
You're taking Rainier's key. He's gonna come bleeding back to his house.
Not under the. I meant not under the rock.
Rainier's gonna
pull a
come
sneaky
bleeding back to his house. Need a place to stay, not find his key, and die on his stoop.
He's gonna pull a sneaky. He's gonna put the key on top of the door thingy.
Because Rainier's gonna find that when he's bleeding from arrow wounds.
He will if Sock
That's
remembers
fair.
to tell him it's
That's-
there.
Yeah. If you show he'll put
Hey,
it under
listen,
the
there
rock.
was a squatter at your place, so I hid the key somewhere else.
Yeah, you could leave him a note.
But then everyone who reads the note knows where the key is.
He'll put it back under the rock for now.
Okay.
And now we're headed back to the bookworm's treasure.
Okay, so last but certainly not least, Constance.
Right.
Hi,
So
Connie.
Connie's still running around in this ridiculous outfit, and she also wants to make sure Embrick is okay, because
Yes.
she's never seen his face that shade before.
Uh-huh.
So she's going to go back to the Steam and Steel first.
Okay. You go back to the Steam and Steel. There is no one outside.
Are they still open for business?
No.
Gentle rap.
You hear something like slide above you as the window slides back, and Embrick pokes his head out and he says, "I'm sorry, but we're close. Oh, a moment." And closes the window. You hear like footsteps on the stairs. He opens the door. Constance, my girl, where are the others?
They're all off trying to sort out this nonsense. I just wanted to come back quickly to make sure. Sorry, is this Embrick or Ravi?
It's Embrick.
Okay. Make sure you are okay because
Nightfall,
I've
you're
never
echoing.
seen that kid before. And she just kind of like gestures to her face.
Rather a shock, wouldn't you say?
Right. Yeah.
Something we can
Very-
do for you.
Yeah, I was wondering if you still had the outfit you could spare me because I feel ridiculous. And she just kind of like looks down at herself.
He doesn't register for a second, and then he like sees what you're wearing and says, "I don't know at all what you're talking about, but he steps out and closes the door behind him. He says, "I am not certain that Avi's in a position to take visitors at the moment."
Okay. How is he?
Not well.
Anything I can do to help?
You are a trained physician. There's a chance, but you have so much more to worry about at the moment. We have a regular doctor. I've already sent for him. You are welcome to do as you will, but he'll be a bit cross if you show up, I think. He'll be a bit cross with the other doctor as well, don't misunderstand. He's a bit out of sorts. Can you blame him? Lawrence is the closest thing we have to a child. Given the circumstances, the closest thing we're going to have to a child.
Going to hell and high water to get him back.
I don't doubt
But
that, but
I think
grief is a powerful thing. Even if it's unnecessary, it tends to worm its way into places that it shouldn't be.
it really does. But, better me than some poor schmuck of a doctor. Do you think?
I think you should brace for impact. That's what I think.
Oh.
And opens the door, and he steps in. And as he steps in, he like raises his voice. He says, "Yes, Constance. We have tea just up the stairs. You know where to be." You hear thumping from above you. You hear a door slam. Embrick sighs.
Right. Okay. Off a trot.
And so you head upstairs. Embrick comes with you. Like he closes the door and comes
Right.
with you. And yeah, like the door to the right of the upstairs hallway is closed, as it usually is. There's no like smell of cooking from the kitchen. And you poke your head in the room where you usually sit, and you see like a place with some knitting, not done, and a place with like a book and some tea laid out like close together, like where they were sitting and just passing the evening or the afternoon. Embert kind of shrugs at you sadly, and he says, like, he gestures at the door with his thumb. He doesn't say words, but he mouths like he's in there.
Avi, it's me. I came to check up on you two.
Constance is a trained physician, Avi. We just want to have a look before Dr. Embros gets here. No response.
Are you alright? Like, I mean, nothing's alright right now, but anything I can do to help.
Avi, the Knightlites are working to get Lawrence back. No response.
I take a careful listen. Do I hear like shuffling or anything in there?
Yeah, you hear like shuffling and like muffled breathing.
I realize this was a huge shock, and it's hitting all of us, Avi. It's a mess, but it seemed like Lord Blackstaff had an idea, and she's hashing out with Pierce, and Sock is off and asking questions about how best to tackle this, and actually, I'm not sure where Brandon is right now, but
as you're so keenly to say, Avi, the realm still exists despite all of the powers trying to destroy it. Good has yet to fail in its attempts. No response. Embrick sighs. Avi, I'm kicking open this door. No response. Like gestures for you to like move back.
Yeah. She'll step back.
Yeah. Embrick tries to handle. It doesn't move. He sighs. He says, Avi, we're both metalsmiths. I can fix this lock. Open the door. No response.
I think Connie's looking increasingly concerned, like, yeah, go on, kick it.
Yeah. With practice that belies his profession, Embrick just puts his, like takes a step back to the back of the hallway, takes 2 steps forward, and just boots the door open perfectly. Like, flies back.
Nice.
And, yeah, Avi is, like... You don't see him, you see his silhouette. He's, like, behind a dressing screen.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, like, you hear him, like, take a deep breath, but it, like, shudders when he inhales. And he says, Really, Embrick, I'm not decent! What are you doing bringing company in here? This is a private room! Avi... And Embrick just, like, gestures for you to go in.
I'm sorry, Avi, but I really wanted to make sure you're okay, and as okay as one can be right now.
If Embrick would do what he needs and draw me a hot bath, I'd be a great deal better. Thank you, Constance, but I will be fine. The doctor will see to that. I was going to... And then Miss Gambleson graced us with her presence, and asked to see you. Avi, like, stands up. You see him, like, pick up something behind the dressing screen, like, fit it on, and he steps out. He's wearing, like a vest, kind of like what Aladdin wears, but it... Like, you've never seen Avi in this outfit. Usually Embrick dresses like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, sheer cashmere vest. And he's got, like where Embrick looks like he's, like, cut from, like, stone, and he's got, like, really defined musculature. Avi is built as well, but because of his different heritage, it's much more. He's much more like the word would be fluid. Like he's not brawny like Embrick is. He does, and the vest like sags on him a little bit. He does like he doesn't fill his clothes properly.
Sounds like it kind of belies Avi's nature.
Yeah, exactly. He's built like if Embrick is built like Zuko, Avi is built like Sokka, like kind of like that.
There we go.
And he, like his hair is all like fucked up. It's also like whiter than it usually is. His makeup is all like jacked up. Like he doesn't wear a lot of makeup, but of course, being Kalashite and being the way that Avi is, he wears a little bit of like charcoal around his eyes and stuff like that's all like fucked up. He's got some color in his cheeks because he's blue, right? So he puts a little color on his cheeks to look a little bit more like natural looking.
Right.
That's all fucked up. You know, he's got like to say that he's got lines down his face is incorrect because A, Avi is cleaner than that, and B, like his skin is always wet anyway because he's a fucking water ganassi. Right. But you can tell that he's like upset. And he sighs and he says, "There is no danger of anything happening to me, Miss Gambleson. Whatever examination you feel necessary, I'm sure Dr. Ambrose will see to it. You can go about your business. Don't trouble yourself with an old man." And Embrick says, "Avi, you're not even 70. Stop it."
How old do Ganassi live to?
Very.
What?
Very old.
Phew.
Nightfall, think about it like this. There are, in Forgotten Realms lore, two ways for a Ganassi to be born. From the furnace of birth, or from an elemental having a child with another humanoid race.
Yep.
Cool.
They're descended from Jinn. They are very long-lived.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, the furnace of birth doesn't really work. It can only produce fire Ganassi because they're the only ones that can survive, but still.
Right, so I don't think Embrick mentioned, like, what they call the doctor for specifically, so is this, I guess she, like, gives him a once-over for, like, medical reasons, but,
yeah, make a medicine check.
Also, like, she's checking in, like, you're not gonna do anything stupid or anything like that.
Yeah, like, nice, Connie. I'm gonna give you advantage on that roll because you have, like, conditions warrant it.
Mm-hmm.
No, the doctor is probably going to give him some, like, herbs to brew and something to help him sleep. But he's not, like, injured.
Okay.
He's fucked up. Like, you have seen this. Like, you have seen this. Usually when, like, you know, God forbid, one of your peers would be, like, severely hurt and have to be consigned to bed rest for a while, like, the parents would be like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're too young to remember it, but your grandma talked about, like, the war widows, like, with this, like, he's grieving. He's grieving. Like, that's what it is. But he's fine.
Right, so... Okay.
I believe, aside from the medical examination, Avi, that Miss Gambleson had something she wanted to ask you. And Avi sighs and says, "Embrick, the least you can do is call our daughter by her name."
Yeah. Give me a second.
Embrick, like, clenches his jaw for a second, and he said, "I wasn't aware we were telling them of our intentions, Avi. Well, we've lost one. What am I supposed to do?" Constance, feel free.
I'm sorry, I know this is bad timing, but I'm still in this ridiculous outfit, and you had mentioned possibly wanting
Avi blinks a few
learning-
times and like looks you up and down. And he says,
me one.
I didn't want to say anything, but what precisely are you wearing?
Okay, long story short,
Embrick,
Chaos-
before you start talking, Embrick says, if it's going to upset him further,
long story short, I had to take what clothes I could borrow because I didn't want to be running around in my hood after the graveyard.
I'm not going to ask about the graveyard. I'm going to presume that that is a matter that has been resolved within the Knightlites, and he like runs a finger in the air in the general vicinity of where you are and says, I'm going to deal with that. I can dress you, but I don't really have anything for, call it what it is, Avi. You have a habit for flash. We should be
Apparently,
proud
Embrick
of...
has a habit for sass.
We should be proud of who we are, Embrick. You know this. As should she. But it's not safe for her to walk around the streets of Waterdeep that way. Which is precisely why I'm trying to find out what we're going to do. Do you mind?
I can... If it's too much hassle, I can ask around elsewhere. And she's kind of shrinking back now, like,
Yeah,
I don't know, I made
so
things
they
worse.
stop glaring at each other, and they look at you, and Avi says, it's no trouble at all. What kind of parents would we be if we didn't dote on you every now and again? I'm just concerned that it won't be what you want.
If it has something I can hide my face with, and it's not going to trip me, I'll be pretty happy.
Embrick goes to say something, and Avi, like, holds up a hand really quickly. He says, not the dancer's costume, Embrick. No.
They're back to their usual self. This is great. Oh boy.
Oh, distractions.
Tomorrow from FF14, just go with chakrams.
How do you feel about Kalashite veils? I think we crossfade to Avi leering a little bit too close to Connie before we, yeah. So I think we come back. Like time has passed. It's darker outside. Like the sun's in a different position. What I'm imagining is like a cross between Princess Jasmine at the market and Princess Jasmine when she's openly flirting with Aladdin with that like veil with the gold tassels on it.
Nice.
Like combine those two outfits.
Nice. Well,
But-
it's not that ridiculous cat suit, so I'll take it.
But instead of like the browns and yellows of Princess Jasmine in the market, it's like purples and golds and like it's like silks. You basically there is no way to say this without saying this. Like if you ever go to like Little India, you get dressed like that. Like you're set for a color run, basically.
Okay, I will gladly take that.
Like 3 times Embrick tries to put like a sequin belt on the outfit, and 3 times Avi has taken it off and thrown it at him. The shoes, like, they try to give you... I don't know what the name of the shoes is called, and I feel really bad for that, but, like, the pointy, like, curved...
Yeah, the Curlian ones.
Yeah. Like, Avi, lays those out, and then looks at your feet, and, like, perhaps not, and, like, puts them under the bed really quick.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, unfortunately.
Here's what's great about this. Because of the culture, like, they don't have, like, dresses and suits. They just have, like... sashes and wraps that can go on anyone, like,
yeah, that's perfect,
right? I think Avi even like does it up so it's like you're wearing like I don't remember what the like the as I understand it, a hijab is the head and the neck. I don't know what the quote unquote one step down from that is that just does the head, but like he like does up one of those. It's not like a turban; it's like a feminine headscarf, but it's like
I know
it hides your horns.
I'm trying to
is what I'm
remember the
saying.
name.
The point is it hides your horns.
Perfect.
But it doesn't like hide your face, and you're like, what about? And you like keep gesturing to your face, and obviously like leave it to me, and like at the end he like does your makeup, and passably you could be a fire ganassi when he's done.
That's genius.
Right?
That's cool.
That is genius.
Do you know any fire magic at all?
Yes, she knows Hellish Rebuke.
Yes.
Then yeah, you could pass as a fire ganassi.
I think like your eyes are the wrong color. Like Embrick's eyes look like melted brass, but like I think like he put some gold around your eyes and it helps.
Oh, that is perfect.
So yeah, like when you're done, like we fade in on you like looking in the mirror, and Fire Ganassi is looking back at you, and you see Embrick and Avi over your shoulder, like arms folded, like we did good.
I can almost imagine the high five.
High five's nothing. They're gonna be making out when she leaves.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, I think as they're wrapping up, I think Connie's like, Dr. What's-His-Face will probably prescribe the same when he gets here, but, and she's like shuffling through her med kit, like,
Yeah, you go to say something and there's like a knock on the door, and Embrick says, speak of the Jinn, and turns to like head down the stairs.
Okay, never mind.
A little bit later, Embrick comes back up, followed by a turtle with like, it looks like Master Oogway. He's got like the little beard and the glasses on the end of his nose, and he's carrying like a doctor satchel.
Nice.
Poor Paul.
And the turtle like blinks and says, I didn't know you had company. And Avi says, yes, this is our, Embrick's niece.
Nice to meet you. I was actually just leaving.
You give a name?
She didn't.
So Embrick says, yes, do travel safe, Cinder.
I will. And I think she like heads down the steps and
out you go in your disguise.
Hello, Kato.
The DC
Okay.
to see through the disguise is 16, by the way. Where do you go?
Next stop is... Let me check my notes real quick. Okay, I needed to talk to Rainier, and I needed to talk to, Trench.
So you were just staying in Troll Skull Alley.
Okay.
Where you head?
I first head for... Yeah, I think I'll head for Troll Skull first.
Okay. Work is like going down for the day. Like everybody with the wood carvers are probably already gone, or the stonemasons. Sorry, everybody with the stonemasons are probably already gone, and they're like wrapping up. They're like setting their tools aside and like moving stuff out of the walkway.
Can I spot Rainier anywhere?
Make a perception check. And have you seen Rainier in his worker's disguise?
Don't remember.
I don't think you have. I think Lawrence and Braden have.
I thought he came up to all of us while he was in his working disguise.
I don't recall.
I believe he did.
I want to say he did.
Then you don't have disadvantage on this roll.
Sorry, what, perception you said?
Perception. Mm-hmm.
This music is really good. I missed it.
You do not see Rainier.
Okay.
I think the dwarf foreman like sees you like gawking about, and he walks up to you and he says, "It's fine work, I know. Looking to hire."
No, just admiring. You're doing great work.
Aye. He passes you a business card all the same.
Thanks. And I think she'll head for, trenches.
Alright. So you head over to the Tiger's Eye. You knock on the door.
First I take a listen to see if he's still talking with Cromley.
Make another perception check. Make it now. Do not hear voices.
Gentle knock knock knock.
No response.
Hey Trench, it's me.
No response.
Okay. And the windows are usually curtained, right?
Blinded, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, cat, what are you doing?
Hello, cat.
Oh right, I was gonna be back as a cat.
What?
I said, oh right. I said I was going to be back as a black cat.
Okay.
So I think she like there's gaps between the buildings, right?
No, not in the way that you're thinking. Like Trench and the Bookworm are connected by a wall. There's an archway with the street between Trenches and the Trollskull Manor. It's kind of unclear. You haven't been able to get into that arch. You don't know if Trench owns it or if you own it, but you haven't been able to get into it.
Well, can I find a blind corner anywhere?
You can like crouch beside Trench's stairs. The only people who could see you would be anybody in the Bookworm.
Cool. Crouch down there. I am a black cat.
Okay.
And then I go up to the door and start doing that clawing let me in thing. Like, meow.
No response.
Meow.
No response.
Meow.
How long do you do this for?
I think she like hops up on the windowsill like, silhouette, there is a cat. Can you see me?
No response.
Meow.
Headbutt
Hop
the
down.
window.
I will headbutt the window and then hop down.
Okay, you headbutt the window. Dunk. It's a window. It's made of glass.
Right. Still no response?
Nope.
Okay. I guess I will head back to the Bookworm's treasure until the work crew clears out.
Okay. You head back to the Bookworm's treasure. Do we want to just crossfade to when everybody's back at the Bookworm's treasure?
I'm going to the House of Inspired Hands. I'm gonna be a while.
Oh, that's right. We'll have to do that next week. That's gonna take a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Salk would be there a little bit after you get there, Connie. Like, Brayton's gonna be a while.
Right.
But yeah,
she's planning to leave again once the workers clear out.
right. Salk
If
will be
not,
there. Salk will be there before then.
Okay.
So, like, as they're leaving, Salk, if you head back to the Bookworm from Rainier's place, you would pass the workers like just starting to leave, and then you see, well, you see Cinder the Fire Ganassi hanging out in the Bookworm.
Yep.
Ooh. He thinks for a second and he goes, and he like thinks to him, he thinks to himself, Azure Edge, do I know them? Do we know who that is?
Allow me to use my keen powers of observation, Slocum. Let's see. They have some kind of mental barrier that doesn't allow me to peer into their soul. Maybe.
I think Connie, like, seeing his confusion, she's just like, what do you think? And she, like, spins around to show off the outfit. Because you probably recognize her voice if you don't recognize her face.
Yeah. Oh, Connie, you look good. You look like a fire genasi. Anyway.
I think that's the point. As opposed to, you know.
Right. So he has he attuned to that ring by now?
Yeah, I would say it probably takes about that amount of time to walk across the city.
So what you managed to find out?
But frankly, Dernan, he thinks about it and then says Dernan wasn't able to supply any real help.
Darn.
Rainier wasn't at his hideout. I did find a little halfling though, and they were scared shitless. Maybe because I was destroying furniture to make myself feel better.
What?
Nothing. Anyway, I gave them a little bit of money so they could find a place to stay without breaking into places they didn't think anyone was living in, and told them if they need it, once it's up and running, they can have lodging here. And, like, gestures to Troll Skull Manor.
Did you check to see if they were resent?
I asked them, and they were terrified, and they kept saying no, so I told them if anything happens in the way of murders, assassination attempts, assaults, break-ins, any of the Zentarim's usual stick, I will find them and I will break them.
I forget. Does Connie know about the forearm tattoos?
You were with... I believe
we've mentioned it before.
Yeah, you've seen Brayden's.
Did you check his forearm?
No, because I'm almost certain if I had tried, he would have scrambled out of my grasp.
Fair enough.
So I'm just going to bank on the fact that him seeing me as a bear and then me threatening him would be enough.
So here's an important question.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's been hanging out in the basement of Troll Skull, right?
He just does this little. Yes.
Why were you looking for him there?
Okay, I won't lie, I wasn't. I just wanted to break something, and I remembered he said he doesn't go there that often. He tries to stay away, and I figured he wouldn't miss a chair or two.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So where's he gonna sit?
He's still got another chair.
As for me,
table.
checked in with Embrick and Avi. Avi's not taking it well. I hope this shininess help distract them for a little while at least. Also, no response from Trench, like, whatsoever. But
Mind if I go try?
He said to stop by later because he'd have information on the Growlhund twins. Twins? Kids. I'm not sure why twins specifically.
There. Wait, he told you that while you were trying? Or...
No, he told me that before I left earlier.
Oh.
Because Cromley showed up and mentioned that.
Right. Yes. That whole incident.
You don't know about the incident, do you, Connie?
Didn't we fill her in?
I don't remember if you did or not.
I don't know if you did or not, but she was there when he woke up.
Okay.
Can't hurt to knock, right? I mean...
I did. I knocked. I was like, hey, it's me. I even meowed.
Okay,
'Cause
but
I-
did
'cause
you
I said I was probably a cat.
did you knock and hey it's me as a cat, or did you hey it's me and knock as a Connie?
I tried both, but I can't. Hey, it's me as a cat, so I just kind of meowed and clawed at the door.
Right.
Long story short, little worried about Trench.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, maybe he's sleeping it off because he seemed exhausted, but also, what happened? I came down the stairs. He was in a real rough way. There was obvious cooking on the floor, and Cromley passed out on a bench.
But frankly, I found out about Trench, and so did Cromley. And he was much less happy about Cromley. He gives her these eyes like you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, her face goes, oh shit.
And he did something, and then, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he woke up groggy, but he didn't freak out. Can I make like some sort of check to try and figure out what he did?
You can make an Arcana check with disadvantage if you like.
All that was, he held out his hand, and then Cromley dropped.
Trench is a demon man. He's some kind of extraplanar entity. He did something. Maybe Cromley has a chest burster now.
So, what Connie can determine is that he did Rakshasa Jazz Hands.
Yes.
I can tell you exactly what he did. He
Yes,
didn't-
but you're not here.
He did magic.
Okay, fair.
Fair. Yes.
I also found something I just really quickly want to throw out there. I also found out what it's like halfway down the Onyx portal. Anyway,
That you what? You didn't.
I didn't
Why would
kill-
you do something that stupid?
It was against my will.
What? Did someone just hoy you down the well?
By a hook attached to my pants.
Dot dot dot.
As your
How
edge,
did you manage that?
as your edge lights up, but Connie can't hear it. Slocum to Connie, as your edge says, he called Durnan old.
I accidentally called Durnan old.
You accidentally called Durnan old.
That old fart that runs that damn bar.
You saw what he could do that first night we were there, right?
So figure of death is 16d8 plus 100. Percival, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, wait. I'm so
What I missed?
Not what you missed.
Durnan appears in a thunderbolt, wielding a staff of power.
If there's anyone I would accept that too,
It would be Durnan.
it would be Durnan. I would completely accept the fact that Durnan owns a scroll of Finger of Death.
Yeah, right?
He's got at least two. He's got two.
And the somatic component is just flipping a double bird.
Yes.
Or a kick to the gonads.
So for your next character, Percival, while it's conceived, Durnan appears in a thunderbolt and is like, "This thing shares a soul with someone who's on my shit list," and kills it. So your next character,
So,
I would pay money to see that.
Oh, fuck.
go on, Connie.
Legitimately, I would pay money to see that.
My sides. Ow.
that is nuts.
Ow.
Go on, Connie.
Are you okay, Nightfall?
I'm good. That's just too fucking funny.
Stab you in the side.
Uh-huh. No, Durnan came up behind me and stabbed me in my side and said, "You ever call me old again, you're dead."
But Sockham's gonna look at Connie and like put his hand on his stomach and go, "Yeah, unfortunate that Durnan couldn't help," and he like winks.
Question mark?
Azure Edge lights up and says something.
Like Connie looked
For the
briefly at
audience,
Azure.
for the audience, what does
She-
Azure say?
Azure Edge says, "You should tell her about the ring." Pierce is dying.
He like thinks to himself, "I'm only gonna tell her if she asks."
You should ask about the ring.
She can't hear you.
So
That doesn't mean I'm not going to try.
So was the wink in the hand on his stomach enough cue
Make an
to make
insight
a
check.
or a what?
Make an insight check.
Insight check.
Durnan didn't help at all. Wink.
She looks at you like, uh-huh.
At the very least, he gave me some decent advice.
What do you have to say?
But frankly, I asked him, "Is it always like this?" And he said, "Sometimes it's reality. So we should be lucky."
Lucky that our one of our best friend got kidnapped. By
He said sometimes it's all of reality at risk, so...
oh, I misunderstood. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So...
I'd hate to be the schmuck that has to deal with the unraveling of reality.
from the
Meanwhile, in
sound of
Crown
it-
of Fangs,
Yeah. From the sounds of it, Durnan was one of those schmucks, so I'd be a little more appreciative.
and now I want to do Lost Mine of Fantover with young Vajra, young Durnan, young Mert, and young Laurel.
I'll do young Mert.
Lost Mind's a flapdoodle.
Count me out for that one, but God, would that be entertaining?
Anyway, go on.
So,
I mentioned it earlier, and I'll mention again. I think we should backtrack through the sewers. If you remember, that's the squid hand went through a set of doors that closed behind him. I think we might be able to find something through there.
we could, but A, do you want to deal with squid fingers? And B, they very well could have cleared out by now. Or,
Well-
trap.
While both are true, I think it's worth a check at least. If nothing else, if never else, we'll need everyone to go in.
Also,
Everyone we
they had
have
one
available to
collective
us.
hour. There's also a good chance they have more.
It's okay. I'll stay at the front. Nothing for them to eat.
Don't sell yourself short.
Does
That's basis to-
Connie know that you guys absolutely obliterated that intellect devourer?
I don't think she does.
To say nothing of Brayden just bar shanking whatever that fucking orc's name was.
She
I forgot about that.
Bar shank nothing. I went full fucking.
He did
Mordor.
what to who?
Yeah, it was Mordor. When Talion is still learning how to kill them. You
Yeah.
knocked him down and stabbed him in the stomach 7 times.
God, who did you do this to?
The dude in the sewers that offed Connie.
Oh no, this is one of the days that Nightfall had to fuck off.
Oh no! Nightfall doesn't know about
Nightfall
Brayton's crowning achievement.
What?
So there was an orc wizard in the sewers, and he was like, "I am going to kill you all." And Brayden is like, "Fuck you! I have a counterspell. It's called a knife."
I tackled to the ground. And
Counterspell.
stabbed the knife into his neck.
No. He used his only sorcerer point he borrowed from Lawrence and said counterspell modification knife.
Yes, and so he tackled him, and on his next turn, the guy couldn't get away because he was an orc wizard. He sucks. And he couldn't get away from Brayden, and on Brayden's next turn, he just stabbed him like 4 times in the chest, just down on him from sitting on him. Just stab, and then he died on that turn. And yeah.
And then proceeded to do the same thing to the intellect devourer.
Yes.
Pierce casts ice knife. Lawrence casts fire knife. Brayden casts knife.
Yes.
Sockham casts big knife.
How many
Knife.
times did he stab him in one turn?
Yes.
Oh, no, I only stabbed him once. It was just enough to fuck him up.
I was gonna say, I think it got him in the neck.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Okay, wait. That was technically. Can that be counted as like a called shot? Just
No, he just
fucking
did
knife.
so much damage that he killed him outright.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He did well.
That and also
really
the
well.
mook was a mook. He was a mook.
That
I
poor
got
dude.
very lucky that day because I nearly got mind controlled as well.
Oh, that poor mook. His day was ruined.
I mean, his day was ruined before that.
Yeah.
He just didn't know it yet.
Oh no, he knew it, but you didn't stay and ask the intellect devourer question, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we need to wrap up this episode. So are you two done with your conversation?
No,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Well, which is it, fuckboy?
I'm kidding.
Okay. Then I think we're gonna fade out on the two of them discussing what to do and call that a session. But before we get out of here, we have some shout outs to do, and the guy Gemsy is going to go first.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm Guy Gamsey, the bard in training, getting a little more experience every single show. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if ever I'm needed, you can always find me in the Shrine, in DMs, or at Twitter at the Homestuck Homie. Speaking of those places, if you weren't able to get your question out, or you came up with one between the showings of my own and Kit's show, Hitting the Books, every Wednesday at 6, health willing, please send them to me and I'll be sure that they're added to the Q&A section for the next showing as soon as possible. Have a fantastic rest of your day and go drink some water.
Brightwind was lurking. As soon as Brightwind can talk, he will be back with many adventures to share with the party, and also lots of screaming as to what the fuck happened to his friends in the interim. But you can find him over at these places. He's a good dude. He does art. Definitely hit him up if you are of a mind to do so. Delta.
Yo, I'm Delta, your resident Mad Scotsman. You'll find me hanging about Kit's channel, playing games, doing keeper stuff, just generally being a nuisance. If you ever need a hand, give me a shout and I'll see if I can help.
Nightfall.
Hello, I am Nightfall the Kitsune. I do important stuff behind the scenes for Kit's channel. As the community manager, we are getting ready for October right now. And have you already opened up the stretch goals?
No, not yet. We have to fund the base goals first.
Oh yes, the base goals. I'm super excited for October as it is, and I was full of tonight. Holy fuck.
Holy fuck. Chase Barb.
Hi guys, Tracer here. And I'm a mod for Kit's channel, and I tend to hang out in the Discord when I'm not busy doing shit. So if you ever need someone to, talk to, have a question, need to get something knit that's soft and fluffy, hit me up. I'm happy to oblige.
Did I do Gracie? Remind me, guys.
No, you did not.
Grace, so finish us out.
Hey, I'm Birch Mila, aka Gracie. I do a lot of art and things for Kids channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you like either of those things, give me a poke.
Did you have fun tonight, Grace Mila?
Yes.
Good. For my part, I am the sharp-eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is a channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions, of those things. So if that's to your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoyed your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and we're rolling with advantage in 2020, which is 2 chances to get a given stream. You just watched episode 31 of Decisive Action into Waterdeep featuring the Knightlites, our Waterdeep Dragon Heist module feature that we're modifying heavily and having plenty of laughs along the way. I'll be back tomorrow, at least hopefully. I'm freaking exhausted, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I will try to be back tomorrow with Ghost of Tsushima in the afternoon and the premiere of the Odeon in the evening. We have Night Mist Okami sponsoring a Fate-accelerated short story called Crystal Bounty. That's right here at the same time at 6 p.m. Tomorrow night. Stop by if you like tabletop role-playing games, or if you don't know if you like tabletop role-playing games, we'd love to have you. For now, I need to get out of here, but when I do, I'll be hosting someone. It's someone who I like, someone who I hope that you all will like, and could spread some of the love that was felt here today over on their channel. And check back here, because I'm always hosting someone, and you might find your favorite streamer that way. For now, as ever, as we close the book on today, I need to leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers, whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow as for the premiere of Odeon, Crystal Bounty, and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.